There you go.
Are we YouTubing?
Are we doing the thing?
We are live, baby.
I don't see it yet.
We're live in 5.
Live in 5.
Tain't up yet.
Oh, what's up?
It's up now. We are officially live.
Oh, what the fuck? You have it?
3, 4.
Fuck, why don't I have it?
It's a
shit,
15-second delay.
Shit, there it is.
You might not want to do that at the same time that we're talking.
No, we'll
No,
just leave it on.
Oh, yeah, isn't there a thing like we can't swear within a certain amount of time?
Yeah. Just try to behave for the first few minutes.
A couple minutes and then
I am Cornholio.
whatever. Is there a share option? Why can't I like share?
Apparently, we are live. First chatter.
Damn, you can create a clip right from the friggin'. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's actually sick. That's so easy. Oh, there we go. Share.
Are these showing up on everybody's?
What?
What?
I don't see it. No.
Damn it.
Or what are these?
He was banging emojis. He was.
Oh, wait.
snapping.
Other
Yeah,
people
they
are
are.
doing it.
They're going.
Yeah, I just saw other people were doing it, I think.
There's not other people. It's just you.
It might, no,
There's
there's
three people.
Oh.
2 of them are us.
The other one's probably me.
Shut up, Kyle.
Yeah, see, somebody else just sent hearts, unless that was me.
All right. Cool. So we are live. How do I see who's like show chat? Look at that. Got it.
Throw a reel on, or throw a story up on Instagram. Do like a hey, we're here live. I don't know. I'm doing the old Twitter boys right now. Bro, I love my seat. You can't see me. John Cena over here.
You can't see me.
Yeah, it's almost like it's too far.
It's like it's too far that way.
It's not though.
It's not. It seems centered,
You
but
just got you to scoot.
I don't want to. I'm comfy. This is my comfy place.
You're not here to be comfortable.
Because I
You're
am.
here to be
You
entertaining.
wanted to do this.
He's right. I mean, we could just tilt it slightly, but
All right. I'm gonna incredibly open the Discord at the same time.
oh, don't do that.
Begrudgingly.
Well, I'm just gonna tell these idiots that we're in.
I already did.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do shit.
I already got it on the Twitters.
We don't even need you, man.
You ain't crap.
Okay.
There's not the delay is not that bad, honestly.
I mean, it's not good, but
I mean, it's all right.
I think it's gotten better from. I remember the first time like Revival streamed, it was a massive delay.
yeah. All right. So actually, I'll keep this over here. So we got the logo in the background.
The logo, the logo that's been up for years that no one's ever actually seen.
Yeah, but the
What
logo's
fuck is up,
the
Denny's?
logo's also on the YouTubes, isn't it?
All right, so I'm pretty set.
I need a beer.
Yeah, we need beers.
I drank a beer.
I drank a beer and another beer.
Oh, so it did overlay both. If you look at the live stream, the overlay that I did for Streamlab, the big one,
Yeah,
and then there's another one in the bottom right.
I don't see it.
Yeah, there should be.
Yeah, if you look.
Oh, I don't see it on
This
mine.
is
So
YouTube.
yeah, you don't see that on
I don't see it on mobile.
phones.
Oh, maybe it's just me.
Might just be you because
There should be. There's always a floating logo on YouTube. You can turn on and off.
beep boop.
That's cute.
I mean, we don't really need it.
All right, cool enough. No, you look hot on TV.
I have a face for radio, they say.
Yeah. Bro, why do you think we haven't done this before? Because we all have faces for radio except Kyle.
Stop.
Oh, stop. All right, beers.
This.
Norm, keep the people occupied.
Do a little dance.
So the big differences in the Harry Potter books versus the movies.
Hey, what do you want? Or did we even bring anything?
Yeah, I got Miller's in there. I got High Lifes.
Dos Equis?
Yeah. Give me a deuce. I forgot to bring a t-shirt. All I brought was this sweatshirt, and I'm gonna fucking regret it.
Dude, tarp's off, boy.
I'll take my top off. I don't give a fuck. All right, we got Joey colors, kinda. Top one's kind of greenish. Oh, it's green. It's pretty yellow.
Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah. I'm
kind of like Menards yellow, but I think it'll do.
officially out of beer. Although there's 2 bushies in there if need be.
Hey, can I have one of your beers?
No. You don't do the beer.
You want a High Life? You want a Bush Light?
Bush.
For those watching, I don't know if they can actually hear us because we're not talking into the mic.
Yeah, I think they can.
You're literally the only one not talking into a mic.
Foamy. Ooh, that was a low one, but
Dude,
it worked.
hands like glue, baby.
Do you see the curve on that first one?
Curve
Got
on your
fucking
wiener.
Peyronie's disease over here.
Peyronie's.
Do you turn left? Good.
Oh, they're saying they hear us.
Yeah, they should. The mics are on. Mics are hot.
Mics are. We're doing it live.
Fuck.
We'll do it live. Fuck. We'll do it live.
You ever just sit down and watch hibachi videos?
No.
I'm watching this guy. He's
You ever just sit and watch hibachi videos?
decapitating chickens made out of rice.
Careful, you can't show stuff on YouTube. You're
Bugger.
gonna get thrown off.
Yeah, I don't think this counts.
Oh wait, was that the one with the chickens made of rice?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Oh, I saw that earlier, and they're like, "When you think we paid for the flaming volcano, bro," and he's decapitating rice chickens.
I'd be okay with it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So for anyone watching, this is what we do beforehand. We talk shit, probably get thrown off of YouTube, grab a bunch of beers and throw koozies around, and
Kyle might actually have his notes done for once.
Make sure to turn your labels away from the camera until they pay us.
Bro, I got them in koozies. They're fine.
Yeah. Well, is Volkswagen paying us? No, turn that koozie.
Go to Loudon.
They kind of sponsor us.
Yeah, they love us.
They're like a silent partnership where they give us no money.
It's incredibly silent.
They just don't like kick us out.
The silence is strong.
They allow us in their vicinity.
Skeedly beat up, but up.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I feel like this is running now, so now it's just normal business as usual.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
Oh, shut up.
It's just like hanging out in my face.
Kyle's the next Superman confirmed? Dodger, nice. I keep forgetting I can just talk.
Yeah, you don't have
Like
to type.
typing
You can
shit.
just we don't actually have to type anything.
Welcome, guys, to my Roblox stream. Today, we're going to build a castle, and then we're going to destroy it, and then my mom's going to buy me a new pair of sneakers.
What's up, guys?
Smash that like button. Like, comment, subscribe.
What are you doing over there?
Ooh. More importantly,
Checking stuff.
You checking stuff?
when do we get to do our live stream apology videos? Because all the big YouTubers get to do those.
When we screw up.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Probably when Dan makes a terrible comment.
You didn't like mine last week, but only we knew that one.
Which one?
I'm not going to say it now. Talking about the bowling alley. You didn't like that one, but nobody got that except the three of us, so it worked out perfectly okay.
Just the three of us.
Oh yeah, well we didn't repeat what Steve said on the live at the bowling alley.
Yeah.
I'm like, Steve, chill, and he goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
what I just said was horribly offensive."
Just the three of us.
Oh, Minecraft? All right, let's do Minecraft, dude.
Did you put a story up telling people to come hang out?
You can do that.
But I don't wanna.
All right, what biome do you guys want to spawn in?
Please stop talking, Norm.
I prefer mountainous.
Norm, please. The children.
Dodger wants Minecraft content, dude.
When you guys hear the horns?
I hope not.
Yes, chat. Honk if you're horny.
Just hit the live. Go live.
Oh, you want to do the livey thing?
Yeah.
That's worse.
All right, then just do a picture then.
That's my plan.
Okay.
DJ says yes. I don't remember what he said yes to.
Yes.
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 It's very nice. Yes.
Yes.
This podcast is not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. But next week's is. Ooh, Manscaped. That's another big
No.
YouTube sponsor.
Yeah, we tried that already.
Get the garden trimmer 9000.
Too much?
Way too much.
That's too far? All right.
This podcast is brought to you by Hims.
You have male pattern baldness and can't get it up at the same time? We got one pill for that.
It puts the lotion on its skin. Then it can get a boner again.
The worst.
I hate it here.
I do too. All right, so I am pretty good on notes.
For once.
Fuck off. For once. When's the last time you ever did notes? The answer's never.
Literally never.
I just feel like it's really loud to you.
I give you notes after every
No?
podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, this feels great.
Because you suck.
I suck just as bad as you.
No, you got to be doing whatever the fuck he was doing. Ooh woo. I suck just as bad as you.
This is our first ooh woo. That'll really bump the numbers up.
Well, there we go.
Hot tub stream coming up.
Norm's
Is it a time machine?
Norm's selling bathwater.
Bathwater for sale.
All right, Halo speedrun next week, boys.
Halo.
Are you going to do this the entire time? Because
Yes.
I will throw that camera out the window. This is why we haven't done.
You can throw that camera out the
Yeah.
window. I will stand next to Josh when he tells you how much it costs.
This is why we've never done live streams, because Norm thinks he all of a sudden is a video game streamer. Big gamer girl
Yeah,
over
I'm
here.
starting to Twitch next week, dude. Tarkov anger moment.
You already Twitch.
Norman's
I do
mom.
Twitch.
What?
Wait, what?
It's got it going on.
Keep your liver spotted hands off my mother.
All right. Bunch of just random, ridiculous news. I think I'm good.
Anyone got to pee?
No, I just tinkled. I'm good.
I'm going right now, man.
Did you get a beer?
Yeah.
Did you want a beer?
No.
He was being Norm. When was
Oh.
the last time he drank on this show?
A couple weeks ago, you had a very old Natter Day.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday from like Pocono 2019.
Those are from our first Pocono. I'm almost positive they've been in there since our first Pocono.
Name the live
No.
stream on titties. Gotta bump it up. Nice.
What? What am I not seeing that?
Coleman.
How far back?
Oh, for fucking what?
What? Is it before or after I buy that for $1?
It's right after it.
I've got I buy that for $1. That's
You're getting chat way faster than we are, though.
yeah.
Oh.
Because I've still got I buy that for $1. It has not updated.
I wonder if it's because you get it first before it populates to us, because you need to, like, you can delete stuff before the general public
Oh,
sees it.
true.
Yeah.
That's
maybe.
for moderators, dude.
Yeah.
We
okay.
don't have that power.
Oh yeah, there we go. Actually,
I'm a
I think
big deal.
I think it just blocked Coleman's because I don't even see it. It didn't even pop up. Because now I have the 150 dono for Brokeback Mountain parody video,
Oh, you don't have
but I
Coleman's in
don't see
between?
Coleman's at all.
Coleman's already banned from YouTube. It only took 8 minutes.
We
This
did.
podcast is brought to you by Band Shadow Legends.
We're not even doing the show yet. We already got a fucking comment that won't show up.
Yeah. DBC's out. Oh, it's been out for like an hour. Holy shit.
It's because he said
Titties.
titties.
I'll say titties.
All right.
See if it populates.
Cleavage.
banned.
I just
How am I
dis-
banned? I'm on the video.
I just disappear. Just Back to the Future, like every picture of me just vanishes.
That'd be so funny.
Is that loud? Yeah, that's about right. Wait, what'd I do?
Coleman, stop saying gamer words and you won't get banned. YouTube's watching.
Wait, where's my chat? There's a chat filter?
Yeah, it's up at the top.
Oh, look at that.
Live chat versus like top chat.
Oh, yep. It says
Mine's
all or top.
Mine's on live.
Yep, mine's on live. Now I have everything.
What were you missing?
Coleman's the titties one.
I still don't have that.
I got it now. I sees it.
How'd you do that?
Is yours
saved
saved?
Oh,
I seen it.
I seen it. All right, should we rock
back,
and roll?
dude. We back.
11 people? Come on, I'm going to pump those numbers up. Sign into your moms.
It's more than I thought.
Yo, facts.
Cool.
Coleman, I have 4 YouTubes on, and unfortunately, it did not add any more views.
You got to be logged in on different accounts. I think that's why.
Oh, that McDonald's is not hitting right.
It never does.
No.
No,
That's why I don't eat McDonald's.
I got to decide what I'm getting on the way home.
I
think it's gonna
wanted
be
it,
Wendy's.
and I was happy in the moment,
Yeah,
and I'm
McDonald's
now no
is
longer happy.
in the moment. It's like Little Caesars. I know you probably don't eat it, but Little Caesars is so good, but you just regret it for the next 2 days because that's all you can taste.
That's me with Popeyes, too. I had Popeyes a couple weeks ago when I got here, and the whole show, I was like, oh, I hate it.
Popeye sits heavy, dude.
And all I ate was
Yeah.
fries and a biscuit.
It's
and I
that
was like,
Louisiana kitchen, dude.
somebody mail us Waffle House.
That would not travel well.
I feel like it might.
Or would it travel like amazing? It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. The grease really locks it in.
Facts.
Stand by.
Oh, we got
Johnny Benson.
Johnny Benson. I couldn't remember who we called him. I just had a brain malfunction, which happens quite often, actually.
Sorry, I got to pay a bill real quick.
Ricky's not here, so I'm assuming Junior's doing an Ask Junior segment right
He
now.
must be. Yeah, he must be.
Oops. Got to pay the mortgage.
Hello, J Rod.
May or may not have been 3 days late. My bad.
That's it? That's early.
Wait, what happened?
I forgot to pay the mortgage.
I thought you paid cash for that house.
Yeah, I thought you paid an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
price.
I wish. Bang that out. All right, cool. You guys ready to rock?
Yes. I've been ready since 6 o'clock.
You haven't even
You
been
didn't
here
get here
since
at
6
6 o'clock.
I got here at 6:02.
Fuck off.
Fuck you.
But I was ready before I pulled in, dude. That's how ready I was. I was crossing the train tracks. And I was
We
like, you
were-
know what I'm ready to do? Podcast.
We
the
were
shit out
enjoying
of
the
it.
sun outside, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
you
sun
were
will
enjoying
come
somebody's
out.
sun outside.
Ah,
Yeah. Kyle. His mom's son.
I am someone's son, yeah.
and I did enjoy it. I don't know if you did,
He's
but
not wrong.
I don't know if you did, but I certainly
I didn't
did.
feel it.
God, I wish I could quit you. Oh, good. My wife's here. Fucking phenomenal.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
I don't have auto pay set up because I overpay sometimes. I forgot I have 2 emails for each of my last 3 movies.
Oh, my movies. Look at you.
Yeah.
Big shot.
All right.
Big shoots.
Sorry, I got to turn the YouTube off. I got a phone call Josh Brolin later.
No, Dodger, I'll be
Colin
on
Wilson probably.
Dodger, I'll be on my worst behavior. Don't worry.
Yeah.
She's used to it.
This
Her being here changes nothing.
this should not be distracting. I'm certain of it.
Kyle's so mad about this. I love it.
No, we'll be fine. Cool. Want to rock and roll?
Yeah, I guess. Nice work.
Finger fell asleep waiting for it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first live episode of the Loose is Fast podcast, your podcast home for all things NASCAR and some things not. We're coming to you live on YouTube, but if you're just listening to this on your regular podcast platforms, welcome.
You missed out.
I'm Kyle Belcher, and joined, as always, by Mr. Daniel Walker
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
and Norman Pelletier.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Nice. Nice. That was good.
20th anniversary of Shrek 2 this past weekend, boys.
Oh,
Seriously,
man.
already?
We're old.
Ugh.
On today's episode, we will talk some NASCAR news, recap the weekend at North Wilkesboro. We'll answer some questions.
I'm going to punch Kyle in the face.
Okay.
It's part of the news.
Fair.
A Kyle got punched in the face by a man in shorts.
That's
oh,
fair.
I get it. Because we also have a Kyle.
Who has a punchable face?
Yeah.
Especially with that Superman hair flip you got going
Yeah,
on.
I don't know what it's doing right now. Anyway. All right. Before we get into that and all the fun and probably distracting that is this live episode of Loose Fast Podcast, Dan, tell the folks how we do it.
We are brought to you this week and every other week by the Revival Motoring Network, the Revival Motoring Podcast, who have supplied us with all this wonderful camera equipment so you can see our stupid faces.
Mine's not stupid.
And you know how you keep all these cameras running? You go to
Electricity.
revivalmotoring.com/B for B. How do you pay for the electricity, Norm? Oh wait, your mom does.
3
Never
days
mind.
late. I don't know.
Head on over to revivalmotoring.com/B for B. Norm, what does B for B stand for? Bucks for the boys! Oh, he just shit himself.
I did.
Bucks for the boys.
That was intense.
I
That
saw
was
veins.
intense.
There was veins popping out of his head. That is our value for value system, much like the PBS system, where if you like what we do, you donate to us so we can keep doing it. Other than that, you can just turn it on channel 2 and we'll probably be there anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much.
That's the officials channel.
That's the private channel.
Yeah.
That's the staticky channel. That was channel 76, but who's asking?
Just grabbing the bunny ears, trying to figure it out.
I think I saw a nipple.
Grab the tinfoil!
I think I saw a nipple. That was a dude's.
Canceled.
Bucks for the boys is our way that you guys can help us keep this massive shit show on the road.
Yep.
You can go there. You can choose to donate $2, $5, $10, or $20 a month, or any combination of those numbers to come up with a number that suits your fancy. That will be a recurring donation. That helps Josh, who, again, helped us set all of this stuff up, even though it was already set up. He just helped us get it all working.
Yep.
Helps him plan ahead, fix mic stands that are broken, over tighten Norm so he can't move it anymore. Keep these sick lights on. Can you even see the lights?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you can see the lights.
A little bit behind Kyle.
Yeah. So that is the recurring donation. If you want to do a one-time donation, you can use PayPal.
You can do that.
That is info@revivalmotoring.com. On any of those, make sure to leave a note saying that we sent you. Even though Josh still hasn't read them. I know we had notes last week from some of the bets in the Discord, and he did not read them. So we need to talk to him about that.
We're going to have stern talking to.
Stern talking to. PayPal is also
And by
the
that, it'll
home.
be more of begging.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please acknowledge us.
We're begging
Please.
you.
I love you.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, PayPal is also the home of Kyle's Race Day Challenge. Kyle, the fuck is that?
The Race Day Challenge is if you donate the dollar amount that matches the driver's number you believe will win on Sunday and guess correctly, I'll send you a little something.
You sound like the guy reading the disclaimer at the end of a car commercial.
I was trying to be fast.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty well.
Well, you were definitely loose.
Oh,
And fast.
He's very loose.
Maybe for you.
Listen, ain't working with much here.
Jesus.
Other
Oh,
ways
the
you
dick
can help
jokes
us
continue.
out.
Jesus.
You can leave us reviews. We have a new review,
Woo!
but there's no written part of it.
Boo! I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, new review on Apple, but no written. So if you're going to go through the time to leave us a review on Apple, make sure to write something down.
Just right, it's good.
Right, it's good.
Because then we can actually tell who it came from.
It's good.
Das Gooden podcast, yeah.
You can leave 5 stars on Spotify. You can share the sick graphic that Norm's going to make tonight when this comes out tomorrow. All that fun shit helps us grow into the blooming flower we know we can be.
kind of flower is that?
What's that one that smells like death?
Yeah, I was trying to think of it. That's why I stalled by asking you the question.
The last dandelion.
Yeah. We need a soundboard tour. That's in the chat.
Kyle needs a soundboard tour, dude. He doesn't know where any of the
Yeah,
buttons
he
are.
still screw 'em
fat
up.
fingers buttons constantly.
Dude, no,
most
we
of
need
the
to
time.
get.
What?
So on Twitch, you can get
Lives? Yeah, I agree.
BitBot, which you pay for things to happen on the stream.
Ooh.
We need to get like a BitBot soundboard. So for like $1, you can just randomly play a sound during the podcast. Dude, we'll make bank.
Okay. We can do that.
Oh, Ricky Harden's here. I guess Dale Jr.'s podcast must be over.
Ash Junior's over.
All right. Good. That's the read. Let's keep rocking. Callbacks. Callbacks, as we always do. We quickly hit the TV ratings. Last week, Darlington, obviously, on FS1. Down 2% in viewership from last year. Pretty flat in the rating overall. So the overall average was pretty decent. 2.6 million viewers on FS1. So that is that. Now, everyone's favorite segment, including Dan Walker's.
It's over! The curse is over!
We
Calling
agreed
back-
this race didn't count, right?
It didn't. Right?
Every man on every crew. Oh, sorry. Wrong race.
Calling back to our race picks, as we do every week. Calling back to the All-Star race picks. I chose William Byron. Horrible choice.
Yeah, he crashed.
Dan chose Mr. James Dennis
I
Hamlin.
wanted to curse him, but it worked out in my favor.
Norm Pelletier chose Ty Gibbs, which is a bold pick,
That was-
but it actually was pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
I
Dude,
went
From the open to the main, I was going to the house. And then KFB said, not today, Junior.
after the open, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. And our honorable mention to Mr. Scumbag Steve choosing Mr. Ryan Blaney. Scumbag would have came in second.
Yeah, he was halfway decent, actually.
So for the first time
In
since
11?
March 3rd.
Wait, hold on. The last time I won was March 3rd.
Yeah.
My wife put a curse on me. That's her birthday.
Yep.
So, Steph,
Yep.
it's your fault.
Yep.
It's
Pretty
your fault
sure
I lost.
Steph put a curse on you like 25 years ago.
No, I've put a curse on her by
I
continuing.
was going to say it's definitely the other way around.
put a
Are you
curse on
kidding
her
me?
by
He's
existing.
bringing that ship down himself.
Oh, yeah. Buddy, she's paddling one way. I'm going out of my way to paddle the other direction.
They're both in the kayak. Dan already pulled the plug. He's
Yeah.
Woo!
Dan just put a lot of weight in there.
Yeah.
She has to carry around.
Facts.
But Dan finally breaks the curse and takes home a single point on the race picks.
The comeback begins now.
So now we are standing at 9 points for me, 8 points for Norm. Dan has slowly started to drag himself out of the basement. He is only 5 points behind Norm.
Carteropoli shared it perfectly last night. The guy
3 for Dale.
popping the champagne for third place. That's me.
Yeah,
That's me.
Shooting in his
Just
face.
shooting in his
Yeah.
face. That's me.
You good news, you only have to triple your score to tie me.
I could do that.
Proud of you. Proud of you. So,
By the time we all get our picks refreshed to be able to pick every driver, if Dan wins every race from here until there, he may take the lead.
yeah, pretty much.
Fuck all you.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He could take a pretty dominant lead if he wins every race from here to the playoffs.
Yeah, you're just fine.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to choose for Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600. So
Coca-Cola.
600.
I finished second to last in the race, so I get to choose first, and I'm going to take Mr. Martin Truex Jr.
Dude, good news. It's his home track.
Well, yeah, that's why I picked it. Now that goes over to Mr. Norm Pelletier. Who are you choosing for Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Coca-Cola
This-
600?
I'm just triple checking that
This
I haven't
feels
picked
weird.
him yet.
Oh,
You guys have all picked him, but he's got one coming in his favor. Mr. Christopher Busher.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Busher. Good pick. Good pick. Daniel.
Laying up because I've used a lot of the people I was thinking about choosing. I am going to go with the man of the people, Mr. Noah Gragson.
Gregson. It's a good pick. Good pick.
At this point, I'm throwing shit at the wall.
He's going to be thrown up by lap fucking 50.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
call.
usually.
Good point.
Didn't he win the fan vote last year too?
Yeah, remember he wrecked?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they,
right.
they
I was like, they never
duct taped
mentioned
his
it on
car
the
back together.
broadcast.
Yep.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 2 years in a row now.
Yep.
I didn't
the
know they
people.
got rid of the wall that he hit. Did
Yes,
you
the
see that?
inside
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
gone. I noticed that. I was looking for it yesterday. I was like, where'd that wall that they were almost hitting go?
Also, wasn't the All-Star race the one where if you won a heat or won a stage, you got advanced?
Well,
They got rid of that.
that was many variations ago.
yeah, I remember that from
Wasn't
like
that the
Charlotte,
Bristol one?
Texas.
Might have been the Texas and Bristol ones because
Yeah.
I remember there was one year when the graphic explaining the All-Star race was like 4 pages long.
Yeah.
This shit, they've simplified it a lot.
Yeah. All right, so that does it for our race picks for Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Coca-Cola 600. Let's see what happens. All right, now to everyone's definite favorite part of the callback segment, which
And
is
for 15 people, this will now be a visual segment.
it will be, yeah. And we're gonna head to Norm's Scheme of the Week. Norm, what do we got for?
I don't have one.
the All-Star race.
Remember when the All-Star race had a lot of fun schemes?
Yeah, they all kind of suck butts.
What are you talking about? The one was awesome.
The plaid car was fucking sick.
It's aight.
It's not I.
Norm's turning into those paint scheme reels like with the
Also, did you hear Ross Chastain's interview pre-race when he was just like dropping Busch Light things?
He said watermelon bush lights coming.
Oh, I
shit.
didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that
Yeah,
either.
I'm pretty sure he said watermelon bush lights
Well,
coming.
he
I don't
said the farmer support one that's coming out tomorrow. He was mentioning that he had the
He had the
crown,
Yeah.
which was incredible. He's like, yeah, it sounds like these fans have already had a couple Busch Lights. I can't wait to finish this race, hopefully in victory lane, and have a couple more Busch Lights. Unbelievable job.
He's a marketing genius.
He did a really, really
Yeah.
good job. I was really
Yeah,
impressed.
he's like this generation's Michael Waltrip.
It's perfect. He's the
If
perfect
I say
fit
my
for this.
sponsor's name every other word, they will give me more money.
And I said it on our Discord. I don't know if I've said it here, but I think he honestly is probably a better fit for the Busch
100%.
brand than Kevin Harvick
Oh, yeah.
even was. Even as a Kevin Harvick
I think
shill for 20 years.
Modern day best fit for the brand was the one time they sponsored Clint Boyer. I was like, this is a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boyer and
Yeah.
a beer sponsor, and they did it for literally one race. I was like, you guys missed out.
Yeah.
No, it was longer than that, wasn't
they did
it?
just Pocono, I think,
No, because
When him and
Harvick had Busch
and he had Bush Light.
and Clint. I thought Clint had Busch Light for more than that.
I
'Cause
thought
Kevin had regular Busch
I
for
thought
like
it was
the
only
year.
like one race.
Fact check that. Somebody fact check that in the chat.
We
all
can
right.
do that now.
Yeah, somebody in the chat, make yourself useful and fact check how often Clint Boyer ran the Busch Light car.
If he ran it more than once, it was only in one season.
All right, so back to this.
Well, you said once, and
The
I just
one
want you to be
scheme-
wrong for once.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Two
That's
scheme,
it?
not bad.
I thought
The two was
the
great.
sick.
maybe not bad.
Three, this scheme is hot.
It's okay.
I love the colors. Of this
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all
I
right.
mean, it's all right.
I do like the impact gun
Impact
on it.
gun,
It's
yeah.
kind of sick. These guys and gals were at oh god, Vegas car show, SEMA. Thank you. Took me a minute.
EDC? I don't know.
I was at SEMA and I was walking through and like, you look like a guy that would love a nice flask. It's like, you calling me an alcoholic?
Sir?
You are correct.
Excuse
And
me.
they gave me like a really nice set flask.
Oh. I thought they were
still
gonna say
have
you
it.
look like
It's
a guy
wonderful.
that needs an impact gun. I was like, huh?
I wish that was the case, but
I
anyway.
love the Harrison's
Coleman,
car.
yes, I believe they all saved a YouTube after.
They do. They will be
Yes,
posted
they
on YouTube after.
For Harrison's car, all right.
I love that car.
It's just like a little too tribally for me.
Yeah. 5 is
I
the
mean, I've
same.
seen it for 20 years. 6, love the colors.
Colors sick.
7, I think it's the only one that looks decent with that paint scheme.
Yep.
8, I mean,
Meh.
hell of a snowplow. 9, it's
Meh.
aight. 10,
Sick.
we've seen it. 11, I don't know what they were doing here. It
I-
looks
the-
like
The all
what is
over
it?
print is sick.
I just wish they'd
confetti
leave.
cake.
I wish
That's
they'd
what
leave
it
it
looks
alone.
Funfetti.
like. Funfetti.
I just wish they'd leave it alone because like the original Mavis car was sick, and then they just
It-
keep changing it.
This
It
has
was-
like a bunch of what is it? All trophies.
It's all just
stuff?
random like trophies and checkered flags.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
cartoony looking. And
I
the
think it
number
looks cool.
Has like way too many outlines and a drop shadow on it, which is weird. 12. I
What,
love when he
the
has
Wrangler
rain. I
on
love
the
when he
hood?
has rain.
Yeah.
It took me till most of the way through the race to even notice that yesterday. I was
Yeah,
like,
that
Yo!
looks. I like it way better. I think like the royal blue is a
Yeah.
better fit.
Yeah.
High point.
Great picture.
Transform your it. What a terrible picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great
I
picture.
mean, cool pictures, but you can't see the
Yeah, it's not good for showing off.
The
paint schemes.
16 was horrible.
Yeah.
17 fucking hot with the white.
Yeah, that was good.
About it.
Meh.
I mean, seen it. Hate it.
Seen it. Seen it. I
This
like
was,
that.
This was cool. It had like a digi camo, like
Yeah.
a camo like.
Tell the people what we're
Deep.
looking at.
It's the 23 Ultra.
Ultra.
All true. No idea what that is, but
Oh no, the Great Hambino was there representing, so I was okay with it.
I
Yep.
saw that.
Cool scheme. 24 Raptor scheme, not their best work. 31, he was in the race. Didn't know.
He wasn't. He was in the
Open.
open.
I love the Long John Silver's car.
Yeah.
I think it's such a sharp car.
Just skipped
Yeah.
the 34. 34 had a custom scheme, a new scheme this week.
No. Yeah. Not there.
Prius, it's aight. Horrible. Horrible. No, I'm just kidding. The 42 is really bad. 45 Beast. I think I've already given this one the chef's kiss this season.
Kith.
Now, Kith.
Now Kith.
No kiff.
Speaking of which, I actually saw Beast.
Well, he only made it a lap.
Oh my gosh. So people not in the live stream,
Oh my god.
the 47 car on J-Ski, we're looking at paint schemes, and the only picture they have it's after it's stuffed.
That's a sick looking car, though.
Oh,
I like
awesome.
that.
It's cool, yeah. I don't look. The number colors bug me. I get it, but they bug me.
Yeah.
But it's another like almost fully sponsored car for the 47, so that's cool.
Yeah.
51 is hot.
That's
The Pinnacle one
That's-
was really cool.
That's a pretty car.
I just wish, dude, like the whole scheme is slanted at like a 5-degree angle, and the logo's dead straight.
Yeah.
Like, dude, slant that logo, make it follow the natural flow of the scheme, and it
Yeah,
would
but
look
if they
100 times better.
if they tilted the Pinnacle, it would line up weird to the one.
Which is fine. The number, I don't think the number needs to line up with the scheme as much as the logo does. Like currently, the logo and the number don't line up with each other. So why there's
Yeah,
three
that's
different
fair.
angles going on.
Yeah.
54, he should have won. 66 was a cool car, but it was like wrapped like an ARCA car.
Yeah.
Like if you see like the up close and personal pictures of it, like none of the wrap matches and stuff like that.
No
But
surprise
cool
there.
for Timmy Hill to show up. Couple more. 77. I really like the 77. It reminded me of Nick Sanchez's scheme from last season, the trucks.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
kind of got like that kind of comic booky like splatter thing going on the side. 7 was really cool looking. Or 77, I mean. 99 freeway scheme, super good.
What's it gonna be, Norm?
I don't remember.
51.
51's decent. There was one that I really liked.
The one.
If it's not the one, you're on crack.
17.
17?
It's just
with
simple.
the white. I love that scheme. That's a Harris Lou scheme.
I mean, it's
But
it's great
I love the white.
The white looks really crisp.
versus the one. Really?
I don't like it.
Or the
Plus
2?
If you go up to the 1, the plaid doesn't line up. Shame.
You're nuts. And the 2?
It's all right.
Sick.
I don't like the light blue. I understand. I get it, but I just don't like it.
I mean, it's their logo. Like,
And the number has a drop shadow on it, which I hate.
oh my god, you're the worst. I actually don't agree with you at
Get
all.
this shit off the screen, dude. It's not my scheme of the week.
Good news, it's my screen.
It's my segment.
It's my scream of the week. My screen of the week.
Ugh.
Oh, I forgot about the 3. Give it to the 3.
Going to the 3. All
Give it to
right.
the 3.
All right. The scheme of the week goes to the Cenex 3 car.
It's mostly because I like the colors.
Oh, fuck. Pepper's here. Game over.
Oh,
Dude,
Pepper
I
in the
thought he was-
house.
I thought he was out there cutting grass, dude.
Probably he might be.
Maybe he's done.
Maybe he's got a phone mount on that old lawnmower. All right, I guess we'll have to look at the 3 for the duration of this party.
The real 3, in my
I
opinion.
don't want to look at the 3.
The best driver of the 3 car in all of history.
Can I not overlay both at the same time? That's fine.
Good. I don't want to look at it anyway.
All right,
Can't you
we'll just leave the chat.
double window it?
Yeah, I could, but let's just keep our logo in the chat here. Let's do one. We're having some.
You all right there, Chief?
Shut up. Leave me alone.
Well,
Hey, we got a first timer over here.
Hey, first timer.
All right.
I was gonna say if this was Fox, it'd be half the screen on the left.
No, if it was Fox, it'd be just running commercials. All right. Cool. Now we'll head to our Some Things Not segment, in which we call Off Track. Dan, what do you got for the folks?
Whole lot of shit this week, this weekend, but
Busy?
none of it was productive. Well, none of it was enjoyable. Well, it was enjoyable. It just wasn't. All right, for selfish reasons, it wasn't for me. So that's how it worked. My sister graduated college this weekend, so I had to. Friday went up there. She had me take pictures of her and her friends, kind of like, senior picture style all around campus with their caps and gowns and stuff, which everybody on campus was apparently doing. Pet peeve, people pick up your fucking trash. So there's this wall up at UNH that says like University of New Hampshire and everyone stands on it. Well, apparently the thing is everyone stands on it and pops champagne bottles. There were 40 fucking corks on the ground in front of it. Like no one actually picked up. They just like popped it and walked away.
Sounds like my room on a Saturday night.
No, I said corks, not. Oh, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
We're live.
We're live. I can't say it now.
Cooks.
But yeah, so we went up there Friday, did that. I was super nervous because I don't do pictures of people.
Right.
I like doing pictures of race cars and inanimate objects, but people scare me because people have feelings and want to make sure, especially 20-something-year-old females, that they had to look at like almost every picture just to make sure it looked good, and we had to take 30 of each picture to make sure we got one that worked.
Yeah.
But it was a good time.
I would have
They
just
came out
said
great.
we'll fix it in post every time.
That's what I
we take
did.
a picture.
I said that a lot and then did zero editing. I just sent them to them and was like, if you want me to edit one, go for it.
This is edited.
Yeah. So actually ended up coming out really good. I was happy. So they were super hyped. So that made me happy to see how excited they were. And then Saturday and Sunday, basically both days, drove up to her college because she had she was a nursing school. So she had a pinning ceremony on Saturday.
Congratulations.
And then the actual graduation was on Sunday. But it was just, I was telling Kyle before we started, it's like everything was at the worst possible time of the day. So the whole day's ruined. It's not like, oh, it's late, it's in the afternoon, so you have the morning, or it's in the morning, so you have the afternoon. Everything was at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So your whole day is just shot. But it was fun. It sucks, didn't get, no golfing. Well, I went golfing like all last week, 4 days in a row, but that's about it. I mean, just glad that's over. Between Steve's wedding last week and then the graduation this week, it was just a lot of like, we went shopping so Steph could get dresses for him. And then like I went and got a haircut last week and had to make sure all the shit where, you know what I mean? It's a lot of planning for this stuff. And now it's like, now this weekend is panic mode because the boat is still wrapped in plastic and Memorial Day weekend is next weekend. So
Yeah, came up fast.
and it's going to be fucking 90 on Wednesday.
Oh, you better hurry up, dude. We're looking forward to those videos.
Oh God. That actually came up
That's
yesterday.
the 1 year anniversary, right? Memorial Day?
No, 4th of July.
Ah.
My sister's boyfriend brought that up yesterday. He's like, we're doing that again on 4th of July, right? And I was like, absolutely not. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
you
both,
are.
We both got plastered.
You were annihilated.
I was annihilated.
That was awesome.
I have no immediate plans for Memorial Day. Maybe it's finally time I see the Pompoon.
If you want to come up, it's supposed to be decent out. I think Saturday, Sunday, Monday looks kind of shitty though.
Yeah.
Whack.
So we'll play it by ear.
Play it by ear.
The whole weekend looks pretty shitty, but you can come up.
Yeah. I'll make it look even shittier.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Norm, what do you got for the folks? Jesus.
The fuck was that?
Other than a loogie, apparently.
Yeah, nothing came out. We're good. Nothing. This weekend kind of sucked. Like Saturday, I was like, all right, I'm gonna work on my truck. I bought a new pigtail for the alternator, so I was gonna wire that in to see if I could avoid spending $300 on a new alternator again. And I was like, all right, I'll do that Saturday, thinking Saturday would be nice and sunny out, and I'd be able to do that. And then Sunday, plant my ass in front of the TV and just watch racing all day was the plan.
Yep.
Saturday got rained out.
Sure did.
Yeah, it
in
did.
Biblically.
in North Wilkesboro and in New Hampshire.
It was moist.
It was just like, it was never like pouring. It was just wet and shitty all day.
Let's go right.
It rained pretty good at home. Like in Manchester, we drove to Durham, and when we left the house, it was pouring. I was like, what the hell? And then we get to Durham, and it was just like light. It was just raining, just enough not to be annoying, but enough to be wet.
Yeah, it was enough that I didn't want to be outside in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that kind of ruined my plans for Saturday. And then Sunday, I just hung out, watched IndyCar qualifying, which they do way too much of. It's insane. But I watched that, got to enjoy seeing that. Root for our boy Kyle Larson as our NASCAR
Interloper.
flag, I guess.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked
Representative.
I enjoyed watching the qualifying because half the screen wasn't taken up by a ghost car.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's like the amount of time they spend getting ready for this race
it's
is
insane. It's wild.
Yeah.
And then like just rounds and rounds of qualifying, and it's like, all right, are they really improving? Like, do we need to do this 15 times? So it's kind of a lot. Last week though, Thursday, randomly, they decided that at my new job they were having a paper airplane contest, which I thought sounds like a horrible idea because I work with a bunch of really smart engineers, I guess. So I built myself a little paper airplane, tested it out pretty thoroughly in my backyard. It flew good 20 feet, which is fine for me.
Sir, there was a second plane.
I had a second plane. I gave it away.
Jesus.
I had my prototype plane that was destroyed. And I
Yeah.
was like, you know, for shits and giggles, I'll bring it. And I had mine I built, and I painted up like the Thunderbirds.
it
So I
looks
was like,
sick.
these
Sick.
motherfuckers, they're going to see a Daytona 500 flyover whether they want to or not. So I colored mine up, or like I stenciled it out and had my niece color it. That way, if like anyone's like, that looks shitty, but my 11-year-old niece did it. Leave me alone.
Wow, throw her under the bus.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Railroad.
Yeah. It's not my fault. She's colorblind and she has 2 left hands. Leave her alone.
I like the adjustment there in the middle.
It's 2 left hands.
But we did that Thursday, which is cool. They kind of like shut down the whole building at like 12, and everyone went outside. They brought like a lunch truck or a food truck out. Had a burrito truck show up, which was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
I mean,
we had
it's
a little,
alright.
we had a little paper airplane contest. They had a design contest that I never found out who won that. And then
Well, obviously, it wasn't you.
when I brought mine outside, everyone's like, "Oh, yours looks the best. Oh, yours looks awesome." So I was like, "Did I fucking win or not?" They never announced it. So I'm like, was this just like a shadow vote? Like, did no one? They just voted.
I
And
mean,
never talked about
I'd
it
be
again?
I'd be hard pressed to see one that's better than yours because yours looked sick.
Yeah, dude, mine was sick. Didn't fly very good though.
Put a picture in the chat. Can you
they
do that?
did.
I don't know if you can.
I don't think you can.
In the chat, I don't think I can do pictures.
No,
in
you
YouTube
can't.
Chats. I can. Can I? Nah, never mind.
You can email it to me.
I was
You
gonna
could-
say that's gonna be a lot of work.
You
to-
could give
Not
me
really.
your phone and I'll hold it up in front of the camera.
My Gmail's open. If you
All
send
right.
it to the revival email.
Wait, that's open? Oh, you're getting all the unsolicited pictures.
Bloop.
It's going to be of my little toe.
Keep
Same thing, I
talking.
mean.
I'm uploading the picture.
Sending me the photo. Oh.
Oh,
Actual size.
So how did the competition go?
So there was, I don't know, probably 12 or so of us out of 100 people in the company. So, I mean, not a huge showing for the paper airplane contest, for the throwing contest, but they did a bracket challenge.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a bracket, and then the final 2 go out for the long distance contest. So they kind of just set up cones in the parking lot, and whoever threw it further, you get 3 tries to beat whoever. And so first round, I go up against this kid, Tyler, that I've never met before. I think he's a machinist. Don't really know what he does. But he shows up, and he's just holding like the chintziest, like it's made from like a pamphlet from work, like something he grabbed out of the lobby and just like folded. So I was like, oh, okay, this is easy. Like mine flies pretty good, goes like a good 20, 30 feet. I was like, I'm going to smoke this dude. And then I see how he's holding it. This dude's holding his paper airplane like goddamn tomahawk. I was like, that's not a paper airplane, sir.
Here's Norm's paper airplane
Hell
for the
yes.
folks in the live stream.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's pretty rowdy. Oh, God. Where are we
Oh,
going?
boy.
Where are
So
we
the
going?
yellow one was my prototype plane that I gave to my friend Ron. And then mine was the Thunderbirds, dude.
Did you make it out of a poster board?
Yes.
Nice.
So it's your traditional paper airplane, but I made it out of a, I don't know, what is it?
Great.
2x3 poster
look
board.
at that. Look at that fold job.
It's great to see my protections over there in the corner.
The Kyle Busch helmet.
Yeah.
It's been in there since Pocono
And
last year.
those are all my uniforms from my old job that I was supposed to return that have been in my truck for 3 months.
Nice.
But yeah, so I go up against this kid. So he takes the shittiest folded paper airplane out of just a pamphlet from the lobby of my work, and he just puts a piece of like 10-inch threaded rod in the middle of it, and just wraps the paper airplane around it and throws it like a goddamn tomahawk.
As hard as he can.
Dude, 100 feet.
That's cheating.
And the thing just hits the ground, ting, 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 and
That's
just
not
bounces
fl-
That's not
another
a paper
40 feet.
airplane.
That's not flying. That's falling with
So
style.
one of the
Yeah.
rules said that it needs to be thrown like a traditional paper airplane. So I think they kind of like pushed them on that after me. But I was like, either way, I threw it once, and I was like, I'm not fucking beating that, dude. You almost threw it to the highway. And so like
Rigged.
the next round, like it goes and boom, 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 and like he ends up winning. So I'm like sitting with all these like the office people from my work that I don't know any of them because I've only been there a couple weeks. But I'm sitting, I'm like, all right, we got to go over these rules because we got to hammer these out for next year.
Yeah.
And like I'm brainstorming with all like these office people about like the rules for next year, and like we're like, what if we just like give everyone the same materials? Then you
Oh,
have
he
to like
wants it to
build
be
it
on the
on
next gen
Steam.
airplane.
All right, we're gonna have heat races.
The
It's
next
gonna
gen
be
airplane.
I
this
said-
LCQ.
because it was like the rule was like 50% paper, so we're like, all right, is it by mass or is it by
Girth.
Norm's gonna be
Mass or like a mount.
Norm's gonna be handing out L2 penalties.
Because I was like, I'll just take like a metal tungsten marble and just wrap it in paper a bunch of time and throw it like a fucking baseball. And the thing will go forever. Or I'm like, I'm going to buy a fucking Nerf whistle football and I'm just going to wrap it in paper and just gone.
And then they get quiet, and then
Yep.
That was good.
they get quiet at the apex.
That
and
was
then
pretty good.
I love those things.
But yeah, that was mine. My mom's like, oh, how'd you do? Because obviously she was there when my niece was coloring and stuff like that. I was like, well, I lost to the guy who won. She's like, oh, so you came in second? I was like, no, I lost in the first round. But that guy ended up winning, which is like always like the consolation with like hockey, for example. Like whenever we get to like playoff hockey, and I'm like, as long as the team that beats us and
Beats
by,
everybody
by
else.
us,
Yeah.
and that's something that I hate when people say us. But when it comes to sports teams, I'm okay with us because you speak for the entire city. But when a sports team beats my team, I'm like,
What city is that?
Boston, because they're the
from the
closest
state
one.
that you don't
They're
live
the
in?
closest one to us.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I recognize when you tell people where you live. Do you go, I live in Braintree, or do you go, I live near Boston?
I say just south of Boston.
No, see, we are the woods north of Boston.
Yeah, I'm 45 minutes from Boston.
Yeah, but you don't live in the States. So
Doesn't matter.
you can't
That's
use we.
All right,
Yes,
yeah,
we can.
all right. What hockey team is from New Hampshire, Dan?
None of them anymore.
Yeah, the Manchester
had the Manchester
Monarchs.
Monarchs for a
R.I.P.
while.
Oh, they're gone?
Oh, they
Yeah.
left years ago.
Oh, wow.
They won the championship. They won the Calder Trophy after it was announced the team was leaving. So they won, and it was it.
I think we
Taking my
have-
prize and leaving.
We have college teams, but no one that do anything.
Yeah. I mean, UNH is big in hockey, but just Hockey East.
Yeah.
Like, not,
Yeah.
you know.
Which
Anyway.
I've been to some UNH hockey games. They're wicked sick.
What state is it in, Kyle? North Carolina. Sorry.
Was that like Acme TNT, dude?
Take it off.
But yeah,
Cool.
that was about it.
Cool.
It was fun.
Well, you should have won at least the best looking prize.
Yeah, none of them were custom painted like mine.
All right. My weekend was pretty busy. We had a couple friends come up from Florida visiting, so picked them up at the airport Friday night after going to my fiance's niece's school play. They did Beauty and the Beast. Did a very good job. Bounced around all weekend, the stuff that they've missed since they've moved. We ate our body weight every day in going out to eat. Went to the Gold Rush Rally, which started in Boston this year, which was really cool. Got to see a couple of our friends that are actually in it.
Big old meh.
So yeah, that was fun.
Bunch of rich guys with stickers all over their cars.
Yeah, went to the Widowmaker meet that Topics Under the Stairs and them boys put on.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed. John always schedules those. Me and Kyle were talking about this. This is the third one, and the first one we were in Pocono. The
Yep.
second one, I don't remember what we did, but we were busy. I was busy, or we were busy that weekend, or something. And then this one, as soon as the date was out, I'm like, that date sounds familiar. And then I was like, oh wait, I can't because I have my
Graduation.
sister's graduation. So I've been wanting to go to one of those because Widowmaker's sick.
Yeah.
But-
So it was really cool because, like, obviously it was supposed to be like a car thing, and quite a few people still did bring their cars, but it really turned into, it was just like kind of raw and
Just a hangout. It
drizzly
looked
and
shitty,
stuff. Like
yeah.
it wasn't bad, but it was that awkward drizzle that like it just hits you in the eyes and it sucks.
Yep.
So it really just turned into hanging
Doesn't-
out with
doesn't
your
call you the
friends
next day.
inside.
It's that type of rain Snoop Dogg's been talking about for a while.
Yeah, the drizzle.
The drizzle.
Faux
Faux shizzle.
So everyone came out. We were all hanging out inside. Most people brought the dogs, so there was 5 or 6 of our friends with their dogs.
That's the best
and
part about
stuff,
Widowmaker is you can bring your dog.
Yeah, we had a good time. Hung out there. They put the truck race on for us.
Hell yeah.
Scumbag asked, and I helped the guy figure out how to do it. So we watched
Which part of the truck race? Which day?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, the end of the truck race. So I got to watch that, and yeah, that's about it. So pretty good weekend.
Yeah.
Then obviously we watched the race last night.
Yep. Big
Uh,
fan of Sunday night races. Just loved it.
I just don't like that late. You know?
Didn't bother me. And then what the problem was last night with what happened, I couldn't sleep because every time I refreshed social media, there was a new meme. And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just, it was an onslaught.
Yeah.
If that hadn't happened, that race was over at 9:30. Like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, they blew through it.
Well, when nothing happens, I mean, it's
Yeah,
really
when
easy
it's-
to
There
blow
was,
through
what,
it.
2 cautions?
1 or 2.
Yeah,
3. There was 3. One for cause, the halfway, and then the 40 to go one or 30 to go.
Gibbs caution, Stenhouse caution, and then the
halfway,
brakes.
the 2 brakes. Okay, so it's
It
4
was
cautions. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. shall we get into late news? Late
guess.
news, say?
Breaking news.
The news. The news. Oh, boy. I am on the wrong page. Stand by. All right. Heading into the news, we got a handful of kind of smaller bits, I guess, and then we can kind of talk about some other stuff that happened off our track, I should say. We'll start with JRM. Many may have heard, but the Sam Mayer penalty was issued this past week for the weird chassis issue that was going on. So they were docked 10 points and crew chief suspended, considered an L1 penalty. Essentially, the chassis was extensively repaired and was not recertified. So they were docked 10 points and the crew chief suspended. So
Weird. You don't really hear about these kind of penalties in the
No,
lower
it's a-
series,
very weird one.
especially a team like Junior Motorsports. Like they're repairing chassis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Yeah, it's
they got
weird.
the money to replace.
And it's probably just one of those things. It's like, oh, we did this work. Like, we got to make a phone call. We need this recertified. Oh, it's a JRM chassis. Yeah, you guys are good. But they didn't. So, whatever the case was, there we go.
I could also see this as them like trying to cheat up a chassis and be like, oh no, we just fixed it like that.
Yeah, I mean, that probably would have elevated higher than an L1, but just still weird.
But still, Junior.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, keep digging here. We got Amazon Prime in the news this week. They announced a 4-part documentary coming about Dale Earnhardt.
Love it.
Bro, it can't come soon enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hyped.
Bro, give me a video format of the Dale Jr. like 1979 season and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Bro, give me one of those every fucking year, dude. I will lose my mind.
Yeah. And they seldom miss on their documentaries. So 4-part documentary should probably be a banger when that comes out.
No, and this
They're
is
saying next year, right? 25?
obviously Dale Jr.'s heavily involved, if not completely running this.
Yeah.
And this is something like he's obviously shamed the 3 movie over and over again, saying like it was like an accurate portrayal of his dad and his family and stuff like that. Like they didn't consult the family at all when they made that movie, and he prefers the Dale movie to the 3 movie.
Right.
But this is completely from Dale Jr., which he has said. I mean, when he was talking about his 1979 season, he has boxes of information about just one season.
Yeah.
Never mind the amount of information we're going to get from a 4-part docu-series about
Yeah.
this. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah. Should be really, really good. So we'll see what happens there.
I'm ready to cry again.
Also, Amazon Prime was announced to have the Coke 600 next year. That will be the beginning of their 5-race stint, if you will.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of the schedule rumors last week, and
Yep.
basically
They're starting
what
to trickle out.
Bianchi said was coming out this week came out this week, and that was that Phoenix is the championship race.
Right.
Coke 600 is Amazon's first race, which we knew that anyway. Looking at the timeline, we kind of all figured that was.
Yeah.
we kind of did the fuzzy math and figured that.
Right. I think
Kind of
they-
just made it official.
And then
they
it was
probably just pushed for it because each of these broadcasting studios is going to want a big race.
Yeah.
So obviously this is their big
And
race.
then what is TNT starts at Atlanta, not the fall,
The Atlanta not fall race.
not
yeah.
fall. NASCAR.
The Atlanta
NASCAR-
beginning of summer race.
NASCAR sent out a email blast with these 4 races. So it was the Daytona 500, the Coke 600, the July Atlanta race, and the Phoenix race, and the Phoenix Championship race. And in the graphic, it said Atlanta fall, and it's like what is it, July? It's like late June, isn't it?
Well, the original one that went out was like July.
Yeah,
and then
they
they
changed it.
corrected it,
And it's like late June
Yeah.
now, which is not fall.
which is the very beginning of summer.
Literally,
Missed a whole season there,
like when-
pal.
it's like when Sam Adams releases Oktoberfest on the second weekend of July. And
Oh,
I'm
it pisses me
I
off so
hate
bad.
that so much.
It's also
that's
not
like
good.
that's like confusing the Goodyear 400 for the Southern 500. I mean, stupid
Yeah, who
on
does
Amazon's
that?
part, dude.
Idiots.
What a
Idiots,
moron! You tell me who's
Idiot.
You
Who's
tell me
running
who did
marketing
that.
for those guys?
You tell me who did that. I'm gonna fight him right now.
Dude, if they were in this room, I'd fight them with you.
Go ahead.
He's winning.
Keeping with the broadcast news, we got some NBC news. They announced that Jimmy Johnson will be joining NBC for 4 different races, including the Indy 500, next
Including
Daytona, Talladega, and Phoenix.
which he is racing in.
Pohenix.
What?
When he announced the races he was racing in, I'm pretty sure Phoenix is on that list.
Might have to fact check that, but
He might have to fact check that because everyone immediately pointed that out.
he double book himself.
I think he double booked himself.
They just have a mic on him hot the whole time.
It's like they're gonna get Kevin Harvick to race it during the race, and Jimmy's just gonna practice it or something.
Probably be better off.
Probably be
Busy on Sunday.
Yeah. All right. We got the RFK news was confirmed with Cam Waters in the Stage 60 car, which we talked about.
Carter Opley with a great point.
Yeah.
The contract for Jimmy is when you crash, just come to the booth after. That's how they're going to work it out.
Oh, okay,
he'll do
2
lap
laps.
7 until the end of the race.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It takes him some time to get up to the booth. He's got to go through.
Depending on the crash,
Yeah.
he could end up in the booth anyway. It's Phoenix, so never mind.
Well, I'm right here.
Yeah, nothing ever happens at Phoenix.
We could have
so-
used him at North Wilkesboro. Just stand next to Ricky.
Yeah.
Just let us know what he's saying.
Yeah. All right. We also have RCR in the news with some more driver news with Will Brown driving the 33 Chevrolet, if you will, at Sonoma.
Who?
Will Brown.
What will Brown do for you?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out at Sonoma.
It's Brandon Brown's alter ego, dude. He's trying to get away from the "Let's Go Brandon" thing. He's like, no, it's William now.
Yeah. It's actually been William the whole time. I just went by my middle name. Brandon's my middle name.
Nice. Yeah, well played. We got JGR in the news with Justin. I'm going to butcher the last name.
Bonsignor.
There you go. Driving the 19 car at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Big modified short track guy.
Joe
Yeah.
Gibbs Racing. I didn't know what JGR meant.
What?
Justin Bonsignor.
Nice. Well done.
Oh, thank you, Matt Wood. Will Brown, or Bill Round, is from Supercars.
Bill Brown.
So we have another Aussie man.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I'm just assuming he's.
I like how he wrote it too.
Yeah. Bill Round.
No, Super Cars.
Super with
SOOP.
SOO. Love it.
Soup.
Mm,
Her cars. All right. We also have the greatest team of all time, Mike Harmon Racing.
Yeah.
They announced that Jade Buford will be driving the 74 car in the Xfinity Series for the remainder of the season.
Sponsored by Applebee's.
I wish I
That's
would
a-
buy all the merch.
Where is the marketing team there, Applebee's?
I don't
Get-
know. I
get
didn't make
on
some
it.
phone calls.
Yeah, get on it.
Sponsor
Honestly,
us.
they probably tried to contact him, but Mike Harmon Racing probably hasn't paid their phone bill in 35 years, so they can't get a hold of him.
They kept trying to call him, but he was in the bar.
He was in Applebee's.
He was there when they were trying to call.
They're just buzzing his seat holder thing.
I'm already sitting down. Why does this thing keep going off?
Mike Harmon, your sponsorship's ready.
Can't feel it. The room's already spinning.
Those $5
Harmon, part of you too.
Those $5 margaritas hit hard. Or what are they? $1?
$1.
They're $1.
Dollaritas, dog. Come
Whatever. I
on.
don't frequent
Endless
Applebee's.
apps. I'll tell you when to stop.
Yeah. Can I
Keep
count
'em
a
coming.
margarita, a $1 margarita as an endless app?
One margarita.
I'm going to get in a crash. 2 margaritas. I'm going to get penalized practicing my car at Rockingham.
Doesn't flow the same.
That
but it
was
works.
very good. Not your best work.
I'm not a lyricist, all right?
You're not an Englishist.
I'm not fucking Ed Sheeran, okay?
All right.
Who are you fucking then?
Dude, that guy has a soundtrack to my soul.
Okay.
The only thing I'm fucking is stupid, all right?
Oh shit.
Every time when I'm taking a sip, it almost comes up my nose. It's going to happen by the end of this
The only
episode.
thing I'm fucking is stupid. We have not Bob in the room.
Not Bob.
He has his real government
Who
name
is
up
he?
there. He's got his government name up there.
Oh, we live. Wait, Levi. Weird. Yeah. Weird.
He should drive one of those. What is it? The
3 margaritas fight me at Applebee's. That was good.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, the chat's already great. Big shout, Justin.
Levi,
All right.
Levi should get one of the Gremlins with the Levi interior. Did you not know about those?
Yeah.
The Gremlins with the full denim interior. Denim.
All right. I mean, that's really all I had for news. I guess we could talk about Indy in the news, if we will. So obviously, if you paid attention to the internet at all and you follow motorsports by any means, you will know that Kyle Larson was at Indy qualifying for the Indianapolis 500 over this past weekend.
Yes, and as we've talked about every year since we started doing this show, the greatest weekend in motorsports is next weekend.
Sure is.
Justin Smith, you're right. It was a pacer. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. They're all the same.
Fair.
But yes, the greatest weekend in motorsports is next weekend, next Sunday, which would be Monaco in the morning. No one gives a fuck because it's F1, but Monaco's sick as fuck anyway. Then you have the Indy 500 in the afternoon and the Coke 600 at night. AKA the weekend where I piss my entire family off because they want to go out on the boat and I want to park my ass in front of the couch all day long and watch racing.
Yep.
And clog up the one TV at the lake house.
Yeah.
To watch I remember, I think it was 2 years ago or last year, my sister was like, how long is this race? I was like, actually, it's the longest one of the year. Buckle up.
Saddle up, baby cakes.
We were like 50 laps in and she's like, how long is this going to go? I'm like, all night.
Good news. Multiply this by a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Goddamn Matt just bringing out the heat. Monaco, Indy, 600, Fuji 24 hours, MotoGP at Barcelona.
Yeah. True.
Probably a bunch of shit on Flow Racing too.
Yeah, Monaco doesn't really matter anyway, so.
I love it. I just love the views, like the overall.
Yeah, I like Monaco in the morning because you just turn it on and it's race car noises.
Usually when I wake up in the morning at the lake house the last like 5-6 years, it's like right to ESPN. It's on. It's cool. You get the yachts, the rich people.
Yeah,
the views,
it's the show.
It's the show, but the race is terrible.
Yeah, there's been one pass for the lead since I was born.
Yeah.
And I'm 30, coming on 36.
Yep. Carteropoli, I remember that race. I wasted the entire evening. I wanted to go sit out by the campfire at the lake.
Oh,
and I was expecting something to happen, and it never happened. And Martin Truex Jr. led every single fucking lap of that race.
What year was that, 2019?
No, that was 18, 17, maybe. I don't know, but I remember being pissed at the end because I was like, I wasted the entire night.
Bloodbath.
I was like, I wasted my entire night watching him lead. It was like every lap but like 10, I think.
Yeah, it was a pit cycle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was 2016?
Was that long ago?
Oh, God, we are old.
Hell.
Wow.
Well,
That feels like it wasn't that long
it
ago.
does. It really doesn't feel like it was that long ago.
8 years ago? Woof. Anyway.
I hate everything.
But yeah, Larson did incredibly well at Indy.
I mean, are we surprised? He has a
No.
really good team. That was one of the things last week. If you listen to Stacking Pennies with SVG, they asked him like, "Hey, how do you think Kyle's going to do? You're very well versed in motorsports." And his first thing was like, "Depends on how his team is." And they're like, "He's racing for McLaren." He's like, "Oh, he'll be fine."
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean,
Yeah, I mean his teammate beat him by like
Yeah.
0.2 of a second, if that.
yeah. Matt, you're right. It was a great race and it should be celebrated, but I was bored.
Yeah. Yeah. It was celebration worthy, but not celebration worthy watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016 was still a bitchin' year though.
Yeah, but
I mean, Cole Pern and Martin Truex Jr. were so fucking good.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I will say, like, when he made the Fast 12, I was like, not surprised. Making the Fast 6, though, that was like, oh, okay, he came to play.
And what a dramatic weekend, too. It's like he makes the Fast 12.
Well, to start off, he goes out in his first qualifying lap and has the Plenum Fire overboost thing.
Yep.
He goes out in his first run. He makes like 2 laps. He's starting his third lap, and the car just gets an alarm and shuts off, and everyone's in panic mode because obviously this is the biggest story of the weekend outside of everything that is the Indy 500, and everyone's like, oh, God, what happened? Ended up being nothing, thankfully.
Yep.
But yeah, the fact that he got into the Fast 12, so now it opens up all of the, is he going to make the All-Star race? Now we're all like doing math. Me and Carteropoli are on fucking Flight Tracker all night, tracking the helicopters and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it ended up being awesome. The fact that he's starting 5th in the Indy 500.
Yeah. So Larson starting P5 for the Indy 500, then will fly his way to Charlotte for the Coca-Cola 600, and pretty much did the same thing for the All-Star race because what a dramatic entrance that was.
I would like to, this is going to be something to keep an eye on. I don't know if this is all being overblown. Apparently, somebody with SMI said that Trump is going to be at the Coke 600. Bob Pockris just said that if Trump is there, it's not confirmed yet, that could fuck up Kyle Larson's arrival to the Coke 600. Because think about when a president's around. You're in a Carteropoli, you can probably speak to this better, but there's probably a lot of no-fly zones.
Whoa.
Probably a lot of secure airspace around that spot. So this is all kind of fluid. I was actually just saw it on Twitter. But Bob, where did it go?
Is he campaigning at the Coke 600?
Probably.
Literally, yeah.
If you had to, that's most likely what it is. But
He says presidential
so-
TFR. I don't know what that means.
yeah. So someone had said,
Do you know what that means?
No. Charlotte Motor Speedway GM Greg Walter tells me we're hearing that the 45th president of the United States, Donald Trump, is making plans to attend our race this weekend. Bob quote tweeted it and said, if this happens, potentially could impact Kyle Larson travel into the Charlotte track Sunday.
He better not screw this
You
up.
better not fuck this up or I'll be pissed.
Everyone will be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's going to lose triple the votes he tried to gain if Larson's travel plans get screwed up. Like, do you know what's happening here?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to hate his guts
Yeah.
if that happens.
Get out.
This is going to backfire on you real bad, sir. I suggest you fly in somewhere else and walk.
What if, I mean, who said this? Coleman's not far off. What if Trump picks Larson up in Indy and flies him in?
That'd be funny.
That's how you get
But I feel
votes,
like
sir.
that whatever plane he's got is probably slower than whatever. I mean, we watched it last night. He got, I think I had it timed, or they had a timer on it. It was like he got on a helicopter in Indianapolis, flew to the Indianapolis airport, got on a private jet, and it took like an hour and 10 minutes, I think, to
Yeah,
land,
it was like an hour and a half max.
to land at the little rinky-dink North Wilkes-Barre airport, hop in a chopper. The coolest part of last night was I don't know if you watched any of the pre-race.
Oh, yeah.
They're sitting
Most
there
of it.
interviewing Blaney on their little stage they had. I think that was in Victory Lane. And you could hear the crowd cheer, and you just hear like, and Blaney's
Yeah.
like, oh, good, Larson's here. And then the
No,
camera,
I think
So dramatic.
it was Denny Hamlin. They were
No.
interviewing, and they pulled up like the cue card.
yeah.
And it's like everything they were interviewing Denny Hamlin, and everything on like the whiteboard cue card was about Larson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Larson's
Say
arrival.
goodbye. Larson's
Interview
arrival.
Larson.
Talk to
Yeah.
Larson.
He's
Hang
like,
out
I'll
with
just
Larson.
leave.
Yeah. And what a dramatic video that was. The slow-mo of him walking, tucking the thing in. Jeff Gordon's
Gordon.
carrying his bags.
They said, nice bag, boy. It's Jeff Gordon. I also found out, I didn't realize Tyler Mon was there too, his spotter, because he's spotting for him in Indy as well.
Oh, yeah?
I saw another video today that showed all them getting off the chopper, and he was the last one out, and he was in like his fresh pressed Hendrick Motorsports uniform.
Well,
I was like,
they
hell yeah.
flew the entire 5 team out to Indy today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They were. It's some special Indianapolis
Well, he was
thing
doing.
they do during the month, and he brought both teams are present. I think that's the picture they posted
Oh,
today.
okay. Yeah.
Where he brought the entire 5 team out and the entire McLaren team out, and they're taking pictures together.
I'm just
It's
so
awesome.
excited for this because I feel like it happened a lot when we were kids with Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon. I mean,
Kurt.
John Andretti did the first one. Kurt did it. It felt like for
Jeff
a long
Gordon
time.
never did
He
it?
never did it.
I can't believe that.
I said that. I was like, I can't believe he never did it. But it feels like we got so many in the early 2000s and late 90s that like it almost became, I don't want to say normal, but it was like, oh, someone's doing it this year. Cool. We haven't had one in almost 10 years because Kurt was the last one in,
16?
I think it was 16,
Yeah.
14 or 16. Those two numbers are in my head.
He was racing for Stuart Haas.
Yeah, so I think it was 16. So we haven't had one in almost 10 years. So it's a big deal. And I think, I mean, Tony probably had the best chance to like win both of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Has anyone
Thank
finished?
you, Matt. 14.
Has anyone finished both?
Yeah, a few of them
Yeah.
have.
'Cause I think the,
Tony was 6th
like-
and 3rd.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tony's the only one to be top 10 in both of them.
Okay. Yeah, because what was it? John Andretti, he blew up during the actual race, or during the Cup race.
Yeah.
Like there was a couple they were
DNF'd.
showing. I don't think Kurt finished his.
No, he did.
Did he?
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
anything
I'm
to
not super up
you
to
know,
date on this.
write
I
home
just know
about,
none
but-
of them have like had super good luck. I didn't know Tony did 6th and 3rd.
6th and 3rd is the benchmark.
That ain't bad.
No, not at all.
That's
No,
gonna be
that's a
tough
great
for
day.
Larson to beat.
Yeah.
That's a high mark
Yeah.
to beat for sure. But that's all I have for news. You guys have any other bits you want to add to it?
Probably.
Nothing officially official. The rumor mill
Yeah.
is swerving.
The rumor,
So I-
I had to go through this with my father last night.
Do you want to
because
talk about it a little bit?
We might as
play
well.
some rumor mills?
I mean, it's everywhere.
All right.
So
Silly season obviously is really heating up. For
Churning.
those that don't know what silly season is, Dan, tell them.
silly season is when all the driver moves and team moves. I mean, obviously now with today's landscape, it's charter moves, teams merging.
It's pretty
I mean,
much it's the off season when stuff used to go crazy in the off season. Nowadays, I feel like it's a lot more tame than it used to be. Back in the day, silly season was like, oh, Tony Stewart's leaving Joe Gibbs Racing to start his own team.
Yeah, and now
Nowadays, it's like, well, Ross Chastain might sign a 2-year deal or he might sign a 3-year.
That's
deal.
how it's
Silly
been the
season's
last.
Not as crazy. as it
Not
used to
really though. Think about it. In the last couple of years, we've had Kyle Busch leaving JGR. We've had Brad Kay leaving Roush or leaving Penske and starting his own team.
No, Gregson
whatever.
getting fired.
No, you know what I mean? Like there
be.
have
That
Gibbs
happened-
coming
that
up.
happened, like mid-season. That was
there
early
that was
in the
that was
season.
almost damn near Labor Day when that happened.
Yeah.
But like I'm trying to think of where I was going with that. But there's always one big story we're following. I mean, I remember the Kyle Busch thing was like we were sitting here all season, like
Yeah.
fucking announce something.
Right.
This year though feels different because like we've already had one move get made. We talked about it last
Which is a
week.
pretty big one.
We talked about it last week with McDowell going to Spire. And I feel like that's the first shoe to drop.
Yeah.
in some of this. I mean, we have basically rumors swirling about 4 teams, 2 of the, like 2 teams coming together in each the Ford and the Chevy camp.
Yeah. So right now where we're at, Michael McDowell is leaving the 34, heading to the 71, which means Zane Smith's out.
Yep.
Where he goes, we don't know yet. Nothing confirmed.
Also means Spire no longer has any affiliation with Trackhouse.
Correct.
Matt Wood, again with the facts, Tony is the only one to complete all 1,100 miles.
Yeah, because other people were laps down.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right. So obviously we have the McDowell news. The big rumors that are going around are the Trackhouse Colleague Racing merger. Now, Chris Rice came out on SiriusXM saying that's not the case. That's not happening.
Of course he's going to say that.
Is that true or not? We don't know. We also have tons of other rumors swirling that Stuart Haas is effectively closing up shop on the Cup side.
We've seen everything from selling 2 charters to merging with Front Row to just selling everything. Like,
My guess is Gene stays on and brings his money to Front Row and Tony's out.
yeah.
I mean, kind of like Kyle's been speculating for a while. Tony's just wiping his hands with the sport, which is insane to me. The fact that Tony Stewart's no longer be a part of the sport, if this is true.
I said this a long time ago.
Other rumors are they plan on keeping their Xfinity program, which I find also insane. I don't think that happens, especially if they're selling their building. How do they keep an Xfinity team? That's why I think the Gene Haas Front Row kind of merger is more realistic than Front Row kind of just buying everything.
So you're thinking Front Row merging with Gene
Yep.
or taking Gene on as a partner, whether they change his name or not. You think
Yeah.
they move into the Stuart Haas shop?
I think it's less Front Row absorbs Stuart Haas, where Stuart Haas, which is now Haas, absorbs Front Row. Because you got to remember, Front Row is bringing 2 charters, and that's pretty much it moving into Stuart Haas's current building.
No, because they're also like P1, Tier 1, Tier A, whatever the hell you call it, their deal with Ford now.
Right.
So they got a lot of
obviously
backing
Front
now.
Row is the one that appears to be staying.
Or
But
growing,
In
per
my
se.
mind, it's pretty much Stewart's out, Front Row's in.
Yeah.
Haas stays where he's at.
Yeah.
And pretty much, all right, I'm no longer partnered with Tony. I'm now going to partner with you guys. Where
Could be.
I think Gene is kind of like the cement there. I'm guessing there's been all this talk has been about Tony, not a lot about Gene.
But Gene has been such a silent partner for so long.
He's silent in front of the camera, but he has a lot to do with the team. Obviously, look at Cole Custer, look at Ryan Priest. These are guys that he vouched for. Almirola.
Mhm.
Like, these are all guys that Gene said, these are my guys. Like, obviously, we've always known that Gene owns 2 and Tony owns 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Tony owns the 4 and the 14. Gene owns the 10 and the 41. Neither of them can tell the other one who to put in the other car. So that's kind of where it's always been kind of split.
Mm-hmm.
And the Xfinity program, I think, is more Gene than Tony, but it's kind of that could go either way. But honestly, from my opinion, it seems like Tony's out and Front Row's now in. And I think Gene stays.
Yep.
But it's just hard to say. And obviously, these guys were going into it on Discord and stuff like that. Like, oh,
Yeah, they're talking about it here. I mean,
the
allegedly
driver- they asked Chase Briscoe point blank if the team's closing, and he says no. Like, obviously, he's going to say
Well,
no.
this was just shared in our Discord by Oh So Slick. It's a Adam Stern article in Sports Business Journal, and this is one of the quotes from it. Due to the uncertainty around Stuart Haas Racing, some of its drivers and their reps have started reaching out to other teams about options for next year in case they lose their seat, according to 3 people very close to the matter.
Yep.
Things are sounding a little crazy over there right now.
Yeah.
3
so-
people very close to the matter. 3 spotters.
Yeah.
Who talks the most? Spotters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he also said NASCAR charter prices have climbed upwards in recent years, but that march could be halted, at least temporarily, if Stuart Haas unloads several of them over the coming months as expected per sources. SHRs could go for between 20 and 30 million apiece.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple game of supply and demand. You look at basic economics. If you have 1 to sell or you have 4 to sell, per charter,
exactly.
it's obviously going to be lower if you're selling 4 of them.
Right. With all the rumor mill that's been swirling, it's been Colleague merging with Trackhouse and Front Row merging with SHR. That only leaves 2 charters for sale because each of those convergences can go up to 4 cars, so there's 2 extra.
Yep.
So technically, there's 2 charters for sale, and them saying like charter prices are dropping. No, it's Spire just spent an insane amount of money
Yeah.
to buy the 71 charter.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean that's the going rate. They paid that for one because it was the only one out there. I don't think
That's like
a $20 to $30 million value is saying it's dropping. I think it's just like it's
Yeah,
package
like I said,
deal
it's
now,
basic
but that looks
economics.
like
It's supply and demand. You want one, you have one, you're going to pay a premium for the one.
basing the price off of what Spire paid is like when you have, let's say, a die cast that you think is collectible and there's one on eBay for $800 and you're like, oh, mine's worth $800.
Yeah.
No, it's just what
you get the
that person-
prototype. You get the first one.
It's just what
you know?
that person is willing. And we also have a little bit of, not breaking news, but I saw him say this yesterday. I'm going to keep his name quiet. Apparently someone that listens to us with some insider information said that someone he knows talked to Tony this weekend at the old drag racing thing.
It's Dale Jr. Dale Jr.
Yeah.
listens to us.
And apparently Tony said he is done and ready for Phoenix and ready to be out.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, I
He
saw it
did-
earlier as
he
well.
said it in Discord as well. I for keeping him safe and
Yeah.
his job safe.
Um,
not safe.
I mean, I hate to say I said this forever
You
ago,
have been,
but
yeah,
I
yeah.
have been saying it for the longest time that
yeah.
he's not present. He's not taking part in this team. The team needs him to be that leadership role. Norm said, no, he doesn't. Norm, you're finally wrong.
It's just it's hard to agree with what you're saying when like you see him at Phoenix last year and when Custer won that championship, how fucking hyped he was.
Yeah. But when else was he ever around?
Right.
That's also, you got to remember, Tony's now driving in the NHRA. Like, this all started.
It's no longer his passion. He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, I saw a thing that, this was on the heels of, we didn't bring it up, but Matt Wood just reminded me of it. Kevin Harvick's interview this weekend saying how weird it was to be at Hendrick and hear from the owner more than twice in a week.
Yeah.
And then I was reading something about, someone basically said it's been ever since Tony started chasing what's-her-name around drag strips and now then started drag racing and now he's doing it. Like, he's just not even.
I don't want to speculate on why he separated himself or has backed off. It just, he's got other passions
got
now.
I don't
He's enjoying.
think it's directly related to Leah. I think
No.
I think it's manufacturer related.
I honestly, what I was gonna say is like I feel like all the things going on with NASCAR and the head offices, if you will, have pissed him off to the point where
yes.
he's no longer interested.
I agree.
With the new car that
You can't fuck with.
every single week we complain about, which we're probably going to complain about a lot more when we get into the race recap. And I'm so sick of complaining about it, but that's all we could do is complain
Don't
about
worry,
it.
I'll complain for you.
Yeah, I know you will. But I think that he's just finally had enough. And the fact they've been penalized 9,000 times for ridiculous shit, I feel like he just has no interest anymore.
He's always been obviously very outspoken. He has very, very hard opinions about things, and he doesn't mind speaking his mind.
Right.
When people don't live up to his expectations or the sport doesn't comply to what he wants, he's very verbal about it. But honestly, go back to, was it 2015 was the last year with Chevy, or 2014 was their last year with Chevy?
Yeah.
Chevy kind of like broke his heart after a long relationship, and he went to Ford. And I just don't think Ford's lived up to his expectations. And when we were talking about Dodge a couple years ago coming into the sport, Tony was going to be the head of that train.
Yeah.
And he's obviously built a relationship with Dodge and the NHRA side of it. I think Tony isn't happy with Ford, isn't happy with Dodge, has no interest in going, or isn't happy with Chevy, isn't happy with Ford, has no interest in going to Toyota. And right now it's like, well, I don't have a good relationship with Ford, it seems like. So it seems like he has nowhere else to turn.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I like
if
that.
Dodge were to come in and Tony has a good relationship with Dodge, I think that would reignite his passion a little bit.
He would have stuck around.
Yeah.
But the fact that he has nowhere else to go, there's still probably bad blood with the Chevy split, and
I don't
Ford
think
is
the
shit.
Ford was
right now.
ever where obviously they switched after he finished driving. I don't think he ever had a strong relationship with Ford. I think it was just a better option at the time than Chevy.
I mean, they did well with the Fords. I mean, you look at Kevin's dominating season. Like,
Right, but
they
they've
did
always
fine.
been second or third in line at Ford.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think when he brought Chevy over, he was damn near tied with Hendrick for Chevy love.
Yeah.
And then he broke up with Chevy, got Ford, and I'm just speculating here because that just never seemed like a natural fit.
Yeah.
And then every time a new manufacturer gets discussed, Stuart Haas is at the front of that conversation.
Yeah. So I mean, we don't know. We'll find out. Obviously, that's probably the biggest domino to fall because that's going to, split up
If
4
this-
teams.
6, if you think about it. If the Xfinity program crumples with this, That's 6 drivers that Stewart Haas has bid on that have nowhere to go.
Right.
Now, that's Cole Custer being the favorite to go to the 34, which sounds like that's what a lot of people are saying. That's one of the things that leaned me into thinking maybe Gene Haas is staying around. Because Custer's family relationship with Gene Haas, obviously Haas has been his number one supporter his entire career. That tells me Haas may still have some sort of deal with the front row news. Riley Herbst rumored to be buying a charter.
Yeah, that's another wild
I'm
one.
assuming they're not buying a team. They're not starting a team. They're just going to, hey,
Own a charter.
we'll buy this charter, let my boy drive it. I'm thinking 15 was my initial guess. Now, who knows? He could be buying the 36 or the 37, whatever other number they go with over at front row. Barry and Priest, no idea where they're going to go. Briscoe is high on the list to go to the 21 Wood Brothers car. It seems like Harrison is, thank God, finally done over there.
Yep. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Who knows, dude? He could end up at fucking Hendrick for all we know with the fucking money and backing that kid has for some reason.
Yeah, it makes no
Jeff,
sense.
he could end up who knows where. But it seems like Barry and Priest are going to be the big losers in this deal because it seems like they have nowhere to go. Noah sounds like he has options. I think the world, if there is any sign of an open car, Noah is the guy.
I saw something this week. I don't remember where I saw it or when I saw it, but that a lot of teams are interested in him.
I don't think Noah has anything to worry about.
No.
Noah is such a big personality. The fans love him, obviously. Just won the fan vote. That helps his chances
He's
next
been
year.
performing in an underperforming car.
I think that goes under the radar, the fan vote for the All-Star race. Any team that sees that, oh, this kid didn't make the big show, his fans voted him in, and he's in this sinking ship of Stewart Haas, who's the first guy I want if I have an open seat? That guy. The guy with a big personality, with good relationships with his sponsors. People fucking love him.
Yeah.
He can drive.
He's the best performing
question.
guy over there. He's the best fan-wise guy over there.
100%.
Not to mention, he hasn't had Haas on the car once this year. Mind-blowing.
Yeah, we were expecting, like you said at the start of the season, that he's probably going to run a Haas car the whole season.
Yeah.
Dude, he's had sponsorship every single race.
Isn't the gray
He
car?
got fired
isn't the gray
and
car a
thrown
Haas
out the
car?
door.
No, Rush Trucks.
Oh, that's
Those
Rush.
Rush
That's
trucks.
right. That's
Yeah.
Rush.
The
yeah.
only one on the team who's run Haas has been Ryan Priest.
Yep.
The other 3 have had sponsorship. Obviously, Mahindra, I've talked about that.
Barry
in the
didn't
past.
have a
I
Haas
thought
car
the other
once?
3 have had Haas cars already.
I'm pretty sure other ones have
The
been.
only one I know about is Ryan Priest. I don't think any of the other guys have bring Haas. We can pull up J-Ski. J-Ski does by driver.
No.
I'm almost positive the other
Yeah.
other
I'm
guys
fairly
have
certain.
Haas cars.
The only one I can think of is Priest. I don't remember any other Haas schemes.
Well, they're all the same scheme.
But either way, I mean, Noah's a hot commodity right now. I just don't know where he goes. My prayer, my far-fetched dream gig for Noah is 2311 scoops up one of those charters and he goes over to race at 2311 because I just think he's going to match their crazy just enough. And I think Noah would be a good fit over there. I could never imagine.
Noah 2311.
I could never imagine him going to JGR. I could see him as being kind of Brad's up-and-coming guy at RFK. I could totally see that as Brad kind of picking him to be the replacement in the 6, or
Yeah.
they bring back the 16 or whatever number they want to choose.
Where would you want to see him go?
2311 is my dream gig for Noah, I think.
Reddick, Noah, and
Wow,
Bubba.
Norm is correct.
It's just a 41?
Yep, the 4 has run Sonny D, Harrison's Mobile 1, Overstock, and Minor. The 10 has
Minor,
run,
you probably confused Minor with
That
yeah.
might be it.
the
Haas,
10
'cause
has
that's very
run
similar.
Rush, Black Rifle, Ranger Boats, Fanatic, Surf Pro, Bass Pro Shop, Superior Essex, Overstock, and Miller Tech. The 14 has run Mahindra, High Point, and Rush. And then the 41 has run United Rentals, Haas Automation, Haas Tooling, and Morton Buildings.
Yeah.
So Noah has, looking at those lists, he has double the sponsors of everybody else.
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
True.
obviously, High Point, and Mahindra are paying a lot more than all these little sponsors
Yeah.
are for Noah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Mahindra goes with Chase Briscoe when he leaves. Because remember, this was that
we'll
deal
find
I was
out.
talking about. We've never seen Chase Briscoe in anything Mahindra without Tony Stewart attached to it.
Well, if Tony Stewart's out, there's 2 things that happen. They stick with him or they leave entirely.
Yeah. Yeah.
High Point, that's been a Chase Briscoe sponsor since the Xfinity Series. I
Yeah.
could imagine them staying with him. Rush is a Stewart Haas sponsor. I mean, they could stay in the Cup Series. Who knows?
Yeah. I think obviously Noah's fine. Briscoe to the 21 seems to be the most realistic thing.
That's what I've heard a lot of.
And I
rumors
think
about.
that's a great fit. I think that'd be a very, very good fit. Obviously, that's basically just a satellite Penske car.
Honestly, worst case, best case for Noah.
Priest is screwed.
Oh, Priest.
Yeah, Priest.
Priest and Barry are
Pray
fucked.
for Xfinity. Barry deserves any Cup ride that's out there, but I just don't know if there's any out there for him.
Yeah.
Yep. He
I
may
mean, I would have
be.
loved to see Barry go to that 71 if McDowell didn't take it. Barry could kind of fit at RFK, but I think Brad's always been a fan of young guys.
Well, like Matt Wood just said, Haley to the 6 when Brad is out. I
Yep.
think they got all the RFK guys in the pipeline, and
And
Haley's
he's
been-
doing so well in that
Haley's doing
51.
incredible.
God, I love Justin Haley. I think he's a super cool dude. Obviously has a great personality when he cares to show it.
Yeah.
He would do great in the 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the problem is Brad reignited now. Does he want to step aside?
I don't see Brad
No.
quitting anytime
They
soon.
could definitely buy a third charter.
Yeah.
I could see him as top of that list to buy a third charter. Him and 2311, I think, scoop up those extra 2 charters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it shakes out. I mean, obviously the same amount of charters as there are now. It's like there's going to be seats, just a matter of where they go and who they put in them.
Who's leaving the Cup Series?
It's the
Hemrick.
It's the shuffling.
We're
There's
not
no-
going to see Hemrick in the Cup Series. It's pretty much both of colleagues' open seats are drivers leaving.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see. Lots of rumors and
A lot to look
very
forward-
few answers.
A lot to look forward to in the coming weeks.
That's your silly season minute, and it's only going to heat up from here, I'm sure.
Joe, Bowman is signed for the next couple years at Hendrick. I'm pretty sure. That's
Yeah,
been
Bowman's
rumored.
not going anywhere
Bowman
anytime soon.
signed a 2 or 3 year
Hendrick's
deal
got
last year.
pretty much everything locked up for a while.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 left on the contract. I think
Yeah.
he signed a 3-year deal last year. He's going to start showing up, though. That's for sure. But he's top 10 in them to death. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Should we head to Darlington?
You mean North Wilkesboro?
I mean, wow, North Wilkesboro.
I mean, we can
didn't-
go back in
We're
time.
finally
Wow.
going to the Southern 500.
North Wilkesboro, I
I'm
meant.
not sure. Someone didn't change his notes.
Nope.
It's pronounced Burra.
Man, you could put
Wilkesboro.
Kyle is literally what's his name from Bruce Almighty when the teleprompter starts saying stuff and he just reads it no matter what it says. I was on this weekend. I haven't watched that movie in years.
Forever.
That movie holds up.
Yeah, it does.
It is so funny.
North Wilkesboro. My template lied to me. All right. Doubleheader weekend at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
Now we go to Ollie with the weather forecast.
It was going to rain.
It rained.
That was biblical.
So it reminded me of Chicago last year,
Yeah.
but it almost felt worse because it was in a smaller space. Like we saw tires floating on pit road in Chicago last year.
Yeah.
We didn't see the pit wall disappear.
Yeah. And who was that did a belly flop off a pit
It
wall?
was apparently some crew guys.
One of the crew guy, yeah.
And I got at first I was like, that's awesome. And then I saw a couple more videos and like he did a belly flop and he came up and like spit water out. And then there was rumors of porta potties being tipped over in the general vicinity and flooded and
Did you see the porta potty when they were putting the tires in the
the
truck?
porta potties floating.
At like
Yeah.
a 45-degree angle.
So that
good
guy-
way to get dysentery.
He jumped in the water. There was one of him.
Damn, it's the Oregon Trail, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one of him jumping off the pit wall and he lands and he goes under and he comes up and he does like the like he spits water out and I instantly was like, oh no. Like porta potty aside. That is
oil.
asphalt water. Like that is
and fresh pavement water,
that is
too.
not like, you jump in the pool, you get some water in your mouth, oh whatever, it's fucking pool water. No. That is people
Pool water is very clean.
Think about people spitting on pit road. It's just like, people are hawking loogies on pit road, spitting their gum out,
Yeah. A lot worse than that. All the cars are leaking everything.
not even bringing into effect the porta potties, which I'm trying to not think
Let's
about.
just
But
let's just move on.
It's a NASCAR race. Just think about the other people there that are wading through that water.
facts.
A lot of bush light.
That being said, it was funny as hell. I mean, the fact that pit road got that freaking full.
That was absolutely insane.
It
And
was
they go-
ridiculous.
I think one of the Bob Pockers, somebody was like, the drain got clogged. The drain?
The drain.
The
There's
singular
one-
drain.
So they paved it, but they forgot one big part, and that's drains. So I wasn't really. When was this? That was Friday night? No, that was Saturday. So I was busy all day, so I was keeping up with it on Twitter, and I couldn't believe. Like there was a video, Joe Gibbs put it out. They were standing in one of the haulers, looking out at Truex's car under a cover. The ground is moving. Like
Dude,
that's how much.
the RFK ones when they're like, I think we need to go grab our tents.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then finding out later that, all the Stewart Haas cars were just in that.
Yeah, and then people were talking in our Discord about how a lot of the trucks had to be like pushed off pit road in a panic.
Several had to get their engines changed.
I didn't hear of any actually having to get their engines changed, but they were allowed to come in. The truck teams were allowed in at like 7 a.m. on Sunday to check gear oil, check transmissions, check motors to make sure nobody, no water got into those, and like check electronics and stuff
Stuart
too.
Friesen was out there stealing hood pins from other people.
Yep. But yeah, the thing, a lot of people, the talking point of Saturday outside of the rain was that all of the Stewart Haas cars were just sitting there open in the open garage because the open garage was closed. There was nobody allowed in there. Technically, the cars were under impound after qualifying. So Stewart Haas sent everybody home, which I don't fault them for that. They have nothing to do on Saturday.
I imagine the Stewart Haas cars had covers on them.
I think they had covers on them, but not rain,
But
not
those-
the rain covers.
Yeah, they're rain resistant covers.
Yeah.
They're not 5 inches of water.
So
cover.
you saw what ended up happening was apparently Cliff Daniels noticed it, that the covers were getting blown off. And what they do is they seal up the windows with like cling wrap. You can see it. So the 5 team and I think a couple other Hendrick teams ran over and put I guess NASCAR allowed them to. They were like, hey,
like cellophane up the
they
windows.
like cellophaned up the windows and closed them all up and made sure nothing would get damaged. Which kudos to them. I mean, they could have been like, fuck them, let them die. But kudos to Cliff.
Rodney Childers said that he was on his way to the track because he was
watch.
just going to watch the
heat races.
heat races. And he's like, Cliff called me and he's like, hey, do you want me to go cover your cars? And Rodney's like, oh my God, if you could, please.
Yeah, and the videos I saw, like, that was bad. Those cars, all those electronics inside, like the ignition boxes are in the interiors, all the radio electronics. I mean, think about that.
I mean, next gens don't need any help malfunctioning right now.
Yeah.
Never mind filling them with water.
And I want to give a special shout out to the people that work those tracks because they cleaned that thing up for Sunday.
Did you hear?
Unbelievable.
So they had to bring in 800, I think I heard 800 tons of gravel to the parking lots because the parking lots and the camping areas had turned into absolute mud bogs. I saw a video yesterday morning. It was somebody like, hey, can you send some of that over to Campground A?
Yeah, that chick who posted the video of like that GMC 2500 just bogging.
It was up to the hubs. Like just in, not like mud, not water, that like thick, like half dry cement mud that's just slick and you can't do anything in it.
They opened the quarry to get
They opened the
gravel.
quarry at like midnight, to get all of the gravel in there just to be able to move.
Yeah, they did the best they could. They cleaned that track up, and that thing looked brand new.
Yeah,
by Sunday, it
you
was
would've never known.
incredible.
Also, do you find it to be coincidental that the car that Kevin Harvick was driving this weekend is the team that helped out his old team from last year?
Ah, conspiracy
Yeah, fair.
theories.
It's my engine in that car. That's why my boys are rapping it.
It could be it. But we had a doubleheader weekend. We had the Wright brand 250, part on one day, part on the next day.
Yeah, nothing went right for those boys.
No, not at all. So we'll start with the Wright brand 250 truck race, which was probably the highlight of the weekend. Shocker.
Yeah, weird how these lower series keep doing better than the big series. Weird how that works.
But qualifying got canceled. Field set by the Matrix that the points don't matter and no one ever understands. But Christian Eckes led the field to green alongside Nick Sanchez. Sammy Smith gets a starting violation right at the beginning.
Ripperino.
Oh, so nicely done. Fairly clean first stage. I guess we don't have a whole ton to talk about in that first stage, but we'll just get through it with Ty Majeski taking that first stage. Put on a pretty good show there. And he takes the first stage, followed by Ben Rhodes, Raja Caruth, Taylor Gray, Corey Heim, Ty Dillon, Christian Eckes, Tanner Gray, Jack Wood, and Tyler Ankrum, your points getters in that first stage. The first stage came to, second stage came to a halt at lap 81 when the party stopped with a lightning delay.
Norm, it landed in the chair. It bounced off the ground and landed in the chair.
I did it on purpose.
What a shot.
Well done.
Did it on purpose.
And after that lightning delay, that's when the biblical rain began, and obviously everything got pushed to Sunday. They went green just after 11 o'clock, I want to say it was, Sunday.
It's like 11:30, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. All right, we got back to green there. Raja Caruth went for a spin at 92, bringing out a caution there. Lawless Allen brought out a caution at 116, going for a spin there. Sanchez got a penalty for changing lanes too soon on the restart after that.
Yeah, that was, as some would say, egregious.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I was like, at first, I'm like, that looked kind of close. And then they showed the slow mo. I'm like, not even close.
Yeah. All right. Tyler Ankrum wins the second stage at lap 141, followed by Jake Garcia, Stuart Friesen, Jack Wood, Lane Riggs, your top 5. Ben Rhodes, Christian Eckes, Corey Heim, Daniel Dye, and Grant Enfinger, your points getters in the second stage. All right. Brandon Queen, Butterbean.
Butterbean.
Bruh,
Wow. What a show he put on.
ridiculous.
He got a speeding penalty on the previous pit road at the stage break, I want to say it was. And only about 15, 16 laps later, got himself back into the top 10. Mind you, his first truck start.
Yeah.
You gotta think it's probably his first ever live pit stop.
Yeah. Yeah, this weekend
It was.
at least.
Yeah, it was. He said that on DBC last week. He's like, going to have to get used to those.
Yeah.
He did unbelievably well. And there's just been so many of these guys kind of getting their first shots, if you will, whether it be Xfinity and truck, and a lot of them are putting on really good shows. You look at Zilich, and you look at Quapple, and Butterbean, and
Bubba Pollard.
Bubba Pollard, yep.
Mozak.
it's great to see these guys that are very good, whether it be the late model ranks or dirt or whatever the case may be, getting a shot. You know, money aside, actually getting a shot to run in the big leagues, if you will, and putting on a great show. There's so many people kind of just waiting in the wings for their shot. And this season, I think we're getting a lot more than we have in years past.
I agree. Yeah.
Which is awesome to see.
Not to mention all the supercars guys that we were getting this year.
Dude, SVG kicked open the
Dude,
floodgates
oh
on
my
that
God.
one.
Yeah.
And I love it, dude, because these supercar guys are all fucking awesome.
Yeah,
they're super cool.
They're all like, I loved the release video RFK did with Cam Waters. Like that was that was awesome. Like
Yeah.
you seem, all of them seem like guys I just want to hang out with.
Yeah. And Heimtime was putting on an absolute whooping on the field. He was out to a 4.5 second lead when Dean Thompson goes for a spin, gets into the wall at 2:12 to re-rack him. Corey Heim leads the field back to green after that and just sails away again to a 3-second lead at 2:45. But a great battle to end that race. I was watching, obviously we were watching at the Widowmaker thing. Enfinger, Queen, Lane Riggs, those three just battling for the next slots.
Throw Eckes in there.
Yep.
Butterbean and Eckes, dude, for 15 laps were just door banging each other.
It was awesome to watch. I mean, obviously, Heimtime was out, in left field doing his own thing.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well,
he's
this
a-
race is over. Let's watch 2nd through 5th because it's way more
Corey
fun.
Heim's another one of those guys that he's going to leapfrog the Xfinity Series.
I agree.
Yeah.
He's got the goods. If Noah doesn't end up at 2311, it's likely if they buy a third charter, it's going right to Heimtime.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's an obvious fit for him. Legacy, I could imagine them also buying a charter and bringing him up. I think 2311 is going to be a better fit. But yeah, that kid's got the goods.
Yeah, absolutely. So Corey Heim, Mr. Heimtime himself, takes a checkered flag, followed by Grant Enfinger, Lane Riggs, and Brandon Butterbean Queen. Sammy Smith brings it home 5th. Christian Eckes, Nick Sanchez, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Dye, and Stuart Friesen to wrap up your top 10 in the Wright brand 250.
Yeah, good finish for Friesen.
Yeah.
Kind of that do-it-yourself guy. He's super cool, super good to see him finish well. Ben Rhodes, the 9. Grant Enfinger, the guy we met. That we didn't know who we met.
Yeah, the guy that walked into our campsite. We had no idea who
Needed
he
that.
was.
They've had kind of a struggling beginning of this year. Obviously, he switched teams after
Yeah.
GMS closed down last year.
Yep.
They needed this good race.
Yeah, it's a good run
it was
for him.
good for him to kind of muscle his way to the front, get a good finish for those guys.
Yeah, but Butterbean Queen, I think, is the highlight of the weekend, starting 26th, bringing it home 4th.
Yeah, Matt Wood pointed out. I'm sorry. Carter Opley pointed out. Everyone's names are looking the same. Dude got a standing ovation when he got out of that truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Like
was
I
sick.
just saw the video of him just like clapping to the fans for like 5 minutes when he got out.
I think
of
it
that
was. I think it was when I was listening to Stack and Pennies on the way down here. They said that like there was all sorts of Butterbean merch like on the road leading to the track, and like that's another one of those like we've talked about before, kind of the man of the people. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people go watch, they'll watch the Cars Tour on Flow and they know the name, and then they to get to see him.
It also helps that Junior's hyped that kid up so much
Yeah,
Yeah.
that now people get Flow because Junior races 2 or 3 times a year. Now they have a guy to root for every week when Junior's not there.
I've honestly, the Cars Tour is blown up so much. I've never had interest in getting Flow just because I'm like,
I'm not like super into like I enjoy watching like highlights and stuff of the late models and
Yeah.
some of that shit. But hearing all the stories that come out of the Cars Tour, like every race, I'm like, man, I should just get Flo and start watching those because they sound good.
Yeah, big shouts to Relum Navek. I have his login.
Relum,
Yep. So
look it up.
the wife was in San Francisco for work 2 weeks ago. So I just crushed Flo the entire week. It was awesome.
Yeah,
From Progressive, you dirty dog.
that's. Oh, come on!
Boo.
Did she?
Because I only subject her to Saturdays and
Did
Sundays.
she tell you how much you could save with Progressive
She did.
in the middle of it?
She couldn't get the sentence out. I was already done. Anyway,
You were
She
crying-
got
you were
15% less.
I was crying by
crying
then.
too much.
all right, we'll head to the All-Star race.
And it's over.
That was fun.
Do you want to talk about the guy that dominated the Open or the guy
So-
that dominated the main?
Sure. Yeah.
I guess I'll save my opinion till after the recap.
Yeah. We'll talk
There's
about
nothing to recap.
No, we're just going to talk about it overall. I mean, obviously the weekend got thrown for a loop given the weather, so we didn't have the heat races as we expected.
Which, by the way, the second exhibition race this season to have like half its schedule wiped out.
Yeah.
Also, don't know why we didn't. Because
I'm
there
with
was
you.
like a 6-hour break between the Open and the main. Feel like we could have fit in a couple heat
Well,
races in
and
there.
between the truck race and the Open, that's what you're thinking of. The truck race and the Open. The truck race started at 11:30. It was over pretty quick.
Yeah, and the Open wasn't until
The
like
Open
5:30.
wasn't until 5:30. Like you,
We had
could've-
plenty of time.
You could have
It's
thrown
like
the heats
4.5 hours in between the two. of
You
them.
do the heats at 3:00.
Yeah, you could have banged
what's
out
the
a couple.
problem?
Yeah. Obviously, you had the pit crew challenge.
That was awesome. I love weird qualifying. Obviously, like we talked about, I think last week, nothing will ever hold a candle to no speed limit pit road.
Oh, that was
the
awesome.
greatest, but it wouldn't have had the same effect here. You know what I mean? They're not coming into the pits at 180.
Yeah. Mock Jesus.
Yeah, but I really
Casey Kane
enjoyed.
forever.
I didn't love how they were doing the timing because it threw me off. Skip was talking about the pit stop time was basically from the line of when you pulled over the line, getting into the box, to the line leaving the box. So that's why the pit stops were like 13 seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he said it ended up being that Seabell's winning pit stop was actually, he was the only one in the eights. It was like an 8:89, I think, or something like that. Everybody else, the
5 team blew it.
they blew it. And they said Skip had
All driver error.
Skip Flores had a lot of good he had a lot of good insight into it. And I think I heard them say this on the broadcast too, where last year they didn't have to run the laps to do the pit qualifying, so they were able to set the cars up for a pit stop. They were all jacked up. You know, they had the alignment, so the wheels were like straight, so you just pulled them right off. Well, they had to run laps, so the cars were in qualifying
Race trim, yeah.
So, like, you know, he said a lot of people are having trouble with the left rears because they're sucked up in the, you know,
Yeah.
the car's low to the ground, everything's sucked up in the wheel well. So that's why he said you saw a lot of trouble with pulls and such and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. I just love how they do it, except for that year we had like the weird dueling drag races. That was weird.
That
was awful.
So much potential.
So much potential. And much like this weekend, a lot of potential and did not deliver.
No. And what's crazy, because like I watched a lot of practice. I was like, with the tires blistering, I was like, this might actually play out. This might work.
Practice was promising.
Yeah. You had comers and goers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two different tires worked in the hot sun,
And then they let the sun go down.
and it was totally different.
I don't know. Corey was saying on his show today that apparently, I forget what he said they used for the tool, but basically the left sides were reading almost exactly the same as the primes. The left side red tires were reading whatever the gauge they use was almost exactly the same as the primes, and the right sides were like 4 counts softer, I think he said, or something like that. I'm probably misquoting it, but that's not good.
No.
And, you know, all week, and I saw somebody say this today on Twitter about Jeff Gluck's pole. And sometimes, you know, the race can be good, but a lot of times I feel the same way. The guy was like, I vote on did the race deliver to the hype? And there was so much hype all week about the different tires, and you're only going to be able to run 30 laps on the reds, and then they're going to fall off, and all this other stuff. And then we get in the race last night, and there's the early caution. Everybody but 6 cars come in to put the yellows on, and we're like, oh, those 6 cars in the front, they're going to run away for 20 laps and they're going to get fucking eaten alive. Never happened.
Nope, not at all.
Joey Logano and those other 6 cars had the reds on for the first 100 laps, and they came off. They looked fine.
They were just fine.
They were fine. There was no blistering. There was nothing.
Yeah.
I applaud Goodyear and NASCAR for trying. And obviously the temperature, I think, is the biggest issue. The track wasn't in the beaten sun. I mean, it was like 70 degrees last night. The track was like 80. If that track's 100 degrees, I think we have a whole different animal on our hands.
If we raced in the sun, it would have been fine.
Yep.
And I want to applaud SMI for this as well, because watching practice, it was multi-group.
Yeah.
People could pass. There were comers and goers. I was like, holy shit, this might be the greatest repave ever.
And it was multi-groove even during the race last night, but no one could pass.
No, but it had such promise. Every time they repave, it's usually multiple years until it's better.
Usually it's a one-groove racetrack. Repaves for our entire lifetime have been awful.
And we talked about this when they announced the repave of North Wilkesboro. We're like, ugh, I don't know.
Yep.
And then practice, everyone was singing its praises. Denny Hamlin, of all people, was like, this is great. This is working. The tires were blistering. They were definitely faster. We were seeing like a 0.4 difference between the two, whatever. And then as soon as the sun went down, it was all over. So I agree with you. I applaud NASCAR and I applaud Goodyear for what they did. You just got to go further.
Yeah, this was a good step.
But it also depends on when you're going to run it, because clearly this would have been perfect in the sun.
You take this red tire to Loudon in June in the middle of the afternoon,
Man.
it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It would have been just like, Bristol.
Book it.
That would be sick. But at night, cooler temps, they did not fall apart
Which
at
is
all.
crazy because part of the reason part of one of the speculations for Bristol was because Bristol was cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. People that get paid a lot more money than me know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on. But,
Yeah, they're trying, but
it's just
they failed.
It's I feel like this is happening so often now that we have all this hype leading up.
I don't want to call it a fail.
It's not. I wouldn't
I'm going to call it
fail.
a miss.
A miss. Miss is a much better word.
I feel like
A
they
miss.
got aggressive. They just need to get more aggressive.
Exactly.
That's what I just said.
I
Go
think-
further
yeah.
with the softness.
I just like, and this happens.
Go
all-
harder in the softer.
I can't go that hard. It's over.
Brought to you by Hims.
And it's softer now.
No, man. No, we're both soft. Weird.
I'll call you.
Yeah.
An Uber?
Just get out of here.
The problem is the tires stayed hard for more than 4 hours.
Oh, they got to call a doctor.
Yeah, they got to call the tire doctor, dude.
But this has been how many times since the next gen car has come out where you think something's going to happen and everybody's talking about it and there's so much hype and then it just falls flat on its fucking face.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, North Wilkesboro last year, we were so hyped, old, worn out racetrack. It's going to be Kyle Larson dominates the race.
Yeah.
We come into this one all for the last, since they announced this option tire, 2 months ago. Oh man, there's going to be comers and goers. There's going to be all this weird stuff, blah, 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 blah. And it looked like every other fucking short track race we've had all year.
Yeah.
There were some battles here or there. There were bright spots. I mean, I don't know if you want to call this a bright spot, but Bubba and Logano racing to the end of the first half for 20 laps.
I mean, Bubba and Bowman in the open.
Yeah, Bubba and Bowman in the open.
They battled for a little while in the open, and it was super cool, but it was like, because Bowman was in the less preferred lane, it killed his tires.
Yeah. And then late in the race when Larson threw the reds on and mowed through the field, and we're like, Jesus Christ. And then he just hit a wall. I don't know if he overheated them or what, which is great because he showed you can drive too hard on them. But it was just like, there was no excitement.
Yeah, the Logano Bubba thing, I think, looked good
But if you dig into it,
at
it's like,
face value.
yeah, that's not good.
But that goes back to the thing you bring up all the time, the Harvick Logano thing, when Logano held off Harvick when he shouldn't have.
Yeah,
Bubba held off Logano when he shouldn't have.
exactly. It's not like it's not like Bubba gained 50 horsepower when Logano got within a second of him.
We're not taking anything away from Joey with this race, complaining about it like we are, because he definitely had one of the fastest cars. If it wasn't the 22, it was the 11. Fastest car of the weekend,
54,
for sure.
54 was quick too.
But no one could do anything. There were good side-by-side battles for multiple laps on multiple occasions, but that was because no one can get around
You
anybody.
can't get around it.
You can get door to door, and your only option is to hit them, which is fine. You know,
I think
we all
Logano-
know All-Star race typically is more physical because it doesn't matter. It's just for money, which we'll get into. But it was just, at face value, it looked great, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Deep
and
down.
it goes back. I mean, you want to talk. I mean, there's so many different avenues you can go, but yeah, it's multi-groove. But then you get these guys racing next to each other, and again, I'm in the not preferred lane. I'll drop a gear and accelerate off the corner. You know, it just
It sucked.
Matt Wood also has a good point. Logano had like 80 laps on his reds,
yeah,
and Bubba had like 50 on his yellows when they were battling.
yeah, something like that. Yep.
So it was like,
Yeah.
okay, Bubba should have been able to freaking run away from him because the reds should have been worn out by then.
Yeah.
But I also think
Loose is live. I'm sorry. That's good. I like that.
I think Logano could have guarded around Bubba pretty easily if he needed to, but because he didn't have any pressure out back, he wasn't pushing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because if Buescher was clear of the 34 and could get to Logano's bumper, I think Logano gets by Bubba in a couple laps.
Yeah, Buescher couldn't get by the 34.
But
We were
Buescher
watching
was
the
battling
same.
the 34, so Logano never got that like, oh, you need to go pressure.
And shouts to what's Logano's spotter's name?
Coleman Presley.
Thank you. Shouts to him when they fired up his radio and he's like, hey, relax.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to do this.
Yep.
Don't make enemies when you don't need to. So kudos to him for giving him information what's going on behind him.
Yeah.
So
It was just.
so let's talk about what started the
Well, I did wanna-
conversation we'll have.
I did want to bring up shouts to Fox for making us all question NASCAR pit crews, and then we all realized that it was Fox's problem. Bubba Wallace put the wrong tire on the front. Oh, wait, no, it was just tape.
Yeah.
We were all Twitter blew up. Oh, I guess colors are hard for NASCAR pit crews. Nope, it's hard for Fox.
Oh, also, we almost got a
That didn't
throwback to last year. I think it was this race, or it might have been Gateway, when Boyer threw the pen. I thought we were going to get that with Harvick this weekend.
Oh, I missed
When they were watching, I think it was Larson, when Larson was coming through the field, and Kevin's like, oh, Boyer, you got to watch him off the corner. Watch how he wraps the bottom. And as soon as he said that, they changed camera angles to like a super zoomed out angle. And I was like, oh, they almost fucked this up. Kevin almost lost it.
You know what pissed me off to no end with the Fox production?
all of it.
Well, yeah. I'm not the complainer, right?
Yep.
Like I'm usually Captain Positive.
Yep.
You know, we had a good time. We're all dear friends.
Everybody had fun.
Driver intros.
Yeah, that was very disjointed.
Now coming out, Dan Walker, cut to Norm.
Yeah.
They announced the driver. He takes 2 steps in, and then they cut to some kid in the stands.
Yeah.
Wait, this is driver intros, not the kid wearing a Kyle Busch T-shirt in the stance.
Yeah.
Driver. Show me the driver.
Yep.
That was stupid.
The driver
Every
intros.
single time.
The driver intros were great, and if you have the chance, go check out Bubba Wallace's Instagram.
That was
He
hilarious.
posted a video. He was wearing a camera, like a POV camera.
Yeah.
And it's so good because he's like, someone from NASCAR leans in and is like, we're going into the crowd. Don't worry, there's cops out there. And Bubba just turns to his pit crew and he's like, nice knowing you guys. It's been real fun working with you. Like,
Yep.
that was great.
Was he wearing cowboy boots?
I didn't notice.
Bubba was wearing some killer boots. Go watch that video again.
I didn't even notice.
I'm fairly certain he was wearing some badass cowboy boots.
But yeah, that was funny. Like, because he
Yeah,
was
it was.
living in it. I mean, that's in the country that don't like him.
Yeah,
So,
the wife was loosely watching as she was falling asleep, and was like, "Why are they booing Bubba?" It's like,
because it's the deep south.
we're in the South now." She's like, "That's dumb. He's great." I'm like, "You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm marrying you."
I also
Most of
enjoyed
the fan base agrees with you.
Denny got some pretty good boos. I didn't understand the picking his nose and flicking into the crowd thing. That was kind of weird.
Well, we
I'm here
talk
for
about
it.
Denny weekly about how mature he is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Ross wins. Either Chastain's
Ross
crew
wins.
once. I don't know. AJ brought the heat too.
AJ always brings the hype though, but
Yeah.
but no Mamba. When he came out and he looked all confused, he
Yeah.
was looking for Mamba.
Yeah. But
All right, so let's get into the one thing that happened during the race. So if you did not watch, 200 laps, mandatory pit stop at lap 100, and an optional pit stop kind of comp caution thing at 150. So we go to green. Lap,
Bubba is 100% wearing cowboy boots.
that's what I thought.
Are they?
Badass. I don't
No,
know.
they're not. No, I think it's his shoes, but it looks like he has like guards on his
Heel, maybe?
ankles. It's weird.
It looked like it had a heel, like a boot. I don't know. Whatever.
It's weird, yeah.
So we go green at lap 1.
We make it to lap 1.5.
Yeah, we get in lap 1. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. sends it in there, 3 wide middle.
Which I have no problem with.
Coming off the turn, Kyle Busch gets into the wall pretty hard.
Hard enough to bounce him back into Ricky's door.
Right. The following lap 2, Kyle Busch textbook puts Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into the wall and out of the race.
Well, he tried to wreck him the corner after he hit the wall. He hit him going into the corner. Then they get on the straightaway. They go into, I think it was 1 and 2.
Back into 1 and 2.
Back into 1 and 2. He hits him once, gets him a little out of shape, and then just finishes him off. Hits him again.
Yeah. Textbook
and
dump.
effectively right hooked him into the wall.
He's 100% wearing cowboy boots, by the way.
Oh, Matt Wood said it looked like heat shields.
No, because he's got heels. None of their
okay.
race
High
shoes have
topics.
heels.
High Topics, we love you. But actually we do.
Yeah, we do. We actually.
All right. So let's just kind of play this out, and then we'll talk about our opinions. So lap 1, Ricky sends it in the middle, 3 wide middle. Kyle Busch ends up in the wall, off the wall, into Ricky. 2 turns later, Kyle Busch textbook dumps Ricky Stenhouse, which was a very methodical dump, by the way.
It was
very, very
That was
nicely
not a
done.
bump and run. That was a you're not finishing
Yeah,
this race.
that was you're done.
Yeah.
And did it perfectly. Didn't hurt his car, didn't hurt anybody else. Took Ricky out. It was perfect. Ricky then rolls it around the track and parks it right in front of Kyle Busch's pit box.
in Kyle Busch's
in
pit
the pit
stall.
box and leaves.
Has a few choice words. Apparently, he got up on the
Climbs up,
He
yeah.
climbed up on the pit box. He said this he was on Corey's show today, and he said he basically was like, "I'm not mad at you guys, but just let him know that I'll be waiting for him after the race."
Yeah.
And that's when we got the Petrie shrug.
Yeah.
Like-
Ricky has 198 laps to think about
so
this.
you have to realize, for those that don't know, there is no tunnel. There is no out. There is no way.
For those
out.
that don't know what a tunnel is or what the tunnel is,
Most
tell them.
racetracks have a tunnel or a bridge that you can get out of the racetrack. So half the time, if these guys wreck out early, they're home before the end of the race. North Wilkesboro is old school. There's a gate. That gate, you have to cross the racetrack. Guess what they're not doing? Stopping the race to open the gate so Ricky Stenhouse can leave. So he is trapped like a caged animal in the middle of North Wilkesboro for 198 laps to stew
and fester.
and fester. He said on Corey's show today that when he went up in the pit box, he was an 11 out of 10. Said by the end of the race, he was down to probably like a 6. So he
Yep.
just festered. He said they sat in the hauler and just watched the race.
Yep. And Ricky gets interviewed shortly thereafter,
Right after he gets out of the care center.
and I think he was very well spoken overall.
He did good.
Yeah. And he made a hold my watch comment.
The line of the year so far is maybe Richard Childress will hold my watch.
Yep.
And then he says,
For people that don't know what the hold my watch reference is, tell them, Norm.
So Richard Childress, I don't even remember what driver it was about.
Kyle Busch.
It was Richard Childress. All right, you tell me. 'Cause
yeah,
you know
who
this
was
more
the
than
hold
I
my
do.
watch comment for?
When Richard Childress was
Yeah.
going to go fight Kyle Busch.
Oh, it was. You're right.
Yeah. That's why Richard
Yes.
Childress bought the watch. Okay.
You're right.
Back in the day, Richard Childress, the owner, was pissed at Kyle Busch, who was not driving for him at the time. And
This was probably an Xfinity race.
no, this was when he was driving for Hendrick, I believe.
Okay.
5 car.
You
For
might
sure.
be right.
Anyway, Richard Childress made the hold my watch comment when he went to assault Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch then gets signed to RCR. Richard Childress buys him a watch for the hold my watch comment. Now, fast forward to today, Ricky Stenhouse says he's going to fight Kyle Busch and says maybe Richard will hold my watch this time, effectively saying I'm going to go fight Kyle Busch. So, that is said at lap 5 at the time. And we have 195 laps to go,
And there was another.
and we'll find out.
There was other interviews that came out from Bob Pockrass where they were like, "Well, what are you going to do?" He goes, "You just watch after the race."
Oh, yeah. So, lots of people
Matt
on
Wood is
social.
just an encyclopedia. It was a truck race in 2011.
Truck race. Was it that? Recent? I
So
thought
was
it
that
way before
was
that.
that Hornaday then?
Maybe.
No, because Hornaday would have been racing for Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
So it was against one of the Dillon brothers in a truck race in 2011.
Had to have been. Anyway,
Hold on, I'm reading an
Fact
article
checking.
about it now. Yes, it was.
this is why the Dylan and the 3 truck.
Yep, it was 2011.
This is why having the chat's great because you guys can fact check us while we can't fact check
No, that's why
ourselves.
it's good. Matt Wood is here.
Yeah, now we can just argue with them. instead
We've
of
been
arguing with
drinking
each
beers,
other.
okay? We need people to fact check us. Thank you, guys. This is actually working out quite well. Quite well. I don't like the fact that people have
Hold
their
on,
normal
hold on.
names, though, and not their Discord names.
Also, Matt Wood. I don't think that's Austin Dillon's first name, but I accept it.
Also,
I didn't read that.
by the way, I would like to correct Matt Wood. I never thought I'd get to do this. I'm reading an article right now.
Oh, what do we got?
Driving the number 18 Toyota for his own team, Busch placed 6th when he pulled up alongside and bumped the number 22 RCR Chevy of 5th place finisher Joey Couture during the cooldown lap. Busch apparently felt that he raced him unnecessarily hard at the close. The action incensed Childress. He went looking for Busch, who already had a history with RCR Cup Series driver Kevin Harvick. Childress, 65 at the time, put Busch in a headlock and threw several punches, but not before removing his watch and handing it to grandson Austin Dillon, who finished 12th in the race.
Hold my watch.
Suck it, Matt. Actually, this article's probably wrong because Matt's got like a photographic memory. So
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so what are your thoughts on Ricky sending it 3 wide middle?
Kyle left the door open.
Kyle left a hole big enough to drive an RV through, and
Yep.
you can't pass. The only time you can get positions is on restarts. So he's going to get all he can when he can.
Yeah.
If Kyle didn't want him to go 3 wide middle, don't go so high up the fucking racetrack.
I look at it, I see both sides ish. Is it bold to go 3 wide middle on such a tiny ass track lap 1? Yeah, it is. Was there room? Yeah. Did Ricky touch him at all? No.
The first time they touched is when Kyle bounced off the wall.
Did Ricky squeeze him and force him to either lift or hit the wall? Yeah.
I don't think he did. I think
Well,
Kyle,
Denny gave him
Not until after.
Denny gave him plenty of real estate, but for them to come off that turn and straighten it out, Kyle would have had to lift.
Kyle was
Sure.
half a car above him when he hit the wall.
Yeah.
There was 3 feet between them. But when Kyle came off the wall and then hit him, at that point, if Kyle hadn't hit the wall, he was gonna at that point.
yes.
Yeah.
Because the 47 faded up 10, 15 feet after the corner ended. When Kyle Busch came off the wall and then hit the 47, at that point, if Kyle hadn't driven it into the wall at all, he would have at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 47 hadn't pitched him yet, but he was gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's you hit the wall and then bounce off the wall and hit me. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
I put this solely on Kyle.
Agree.
Because I don't even think like the line he was taking in the corner that left the hole wide open, he was going to have to lift or hit the wall anyway.
And I watched the replay a couple times so I can get a decent view on this. Denny is inside,
Denny's the bottom car.
and
Yeah.
he is way lower than everybody
Oh,
else.
yeah. He gave him room.
Denny saw it coming.
Yeah.
And Denny's even lower than he really needed to be. Denny left plenty of real estate. So was it a bold move in my opinion? Yeah.
Is it a move you have to make
Is-
in this car?
Yeah.
100%.
You're racing for $1 million. You're racing for no points.
Especially, you also got to think the tires they're on. They don't know at this point in time that they can run half the race on these tires.
Yeah.
They think I have 3 laps on these tires and they're
To
garbage.
get what I can get.
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, bullet points for me. Was it bold? Yes. Was it a bad move? No. Was it a move you have to make to gain position in this time of not being able to pass?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do I think Kyle has a reason to be pissed? Not really.
I think you
like
have.
you,
I don't
you-
think
like
Kyle
you
had
can be
any-
a little upset that you got sent 3 wide so early, I guess. But I don't think you have any right to dump him on
No,
that.
that's the thing. You're mad you got put 3 wide and got in the fence, so you hit him in the next corner, but don't right hook him into the fucking wall.
Beat him. Yeah. Just go beat him.
Yeah.
If you want to move him up the track and take that position back a couple laps later, by all means do so for
or
sure.
give him what he gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him no
Send
room.
him 3
Get
wide.
inside and fucking put him in the fence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the fact that I mean, he hit him pretty good once, that got him a little unstable, and then he just
finished him off.
Finished him off, and I mean, like I said, he didn't right hook.
I
him
didn't see the
and
first hit. I saw him finish him off. I didn't
He-
see the first tap.
when they got in the corner, he hit him, and it got Ricky a little out of whack, but it wasn't bad enough to wreck the car. I don't even think he was going to lose a spot.
Yeah.
And then he hit him again, and they almost locked bumpers, and that's when he put him sideways.
Right,
and Ricky
because
just
the
over.
first hit wasn't enough to make
Yeah.
him lose a spot.
The second one put him sideways, and I don't know if Ricky
I think if,
overcorrected and it
if
gripped up
Kyle
or what, but
initially ships him, knocks him out of the groove, and then boots on by, I think that's the end of it.
yes.
But because the first bump didn't work, Kyle's like, all right, fuck it. I'll hit you harder.
Finished
Yeah,
him off.
and he just buried him into the fence. I mean, that was a hard hit for only going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. So we'll finish up the race and then we'll talk about what the hell happened. But
Nothing happened.
not a whole lot happened. I'm gonna give Denny Hamlin some credit. Lap 19 through 21 ish. He's inside Ross Chastain. They're battling. He hits that bump coming off of 4 and ships it sideways.
That bump was
what a save.
That bump was the main character last night. That thing
Yeah.
was fun to watch.
Yeah, in the open, watching Josh Berry hit that thing, slide
Yep.
it sideways. Denny was sideways for like half the front
I
straight.
thought the curse was coming true right there because I was like, I mean, he was 45 degrees to the fucking wall. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's dead.
Good save by Mr. Denny Hamlin. Byron hit that bump, not so lucky. Lap 67 gets into the fence,
Did we
bends
get a
the toe
video
link.
of that?
No.
No, we just
I
saw
saw the
aftermath,
video.
right?
I saw the video of him sliding up into the fence. Fox did show a video of him hitting the wall. He came over the radio and said he broke the toe link on the bump, which
Yeah.
Corey was talking about it. He said when they say broken toe link, a lot of the times they just mean it's bent. I guess they bend really easily, but they don't break. When you see the wheel flopping around, that's when they break the upper because the upper is made of aluminum. The toe link is like a piece of steel. Like it just bends, but he was talking and Skip was like his mind was blown on this. Apparently, if you bend it, even just he said Corey's been doing in the sim, they changed the toe like 15 thousandths of an inch. The car's fucking ruined.
Yeah.
So you bend it a little bit, so he could have bent it on the bump and then finished it off on the wall. I don't know what happened, but he smacked the wall really hard, and they came down, changed everything in the rear end. By the time he came out, he was 14 laps down.
Yeah, it was all over.
12 initially, and I think he
Yeah.
went another 2 down on track.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over.
I can't imagine the bumps broke it or maybe even bent it, but I think if it fucks you up enough to get out of shape and you smack the wall,
Smack the
it's
wall.
all over at
Yeah,
that point.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
I bet it
yeah.
unsettled the car, slid a little bit, and he's probably thought it broke at that
Maybe,
point. But
yeah.
Will
I
Byron
highly
knows
doubt
more
it.
than we do. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
all right, we get to the halfway caution. Actually, halfway caution came out 101, give or take. I think that's the only time that Joey Logano didn't lead a lap because
so-
he pitted earlier.
No, how it worked is his pit stall was before start finish line.
Yeah.
So he pit.
Why'd you say no?
Oh, I
That's what
thought you
said.
meant like, when you said pitted earlier, I thought you meant like,
Early. Sorry.
so he
prior to.
So he pits before the start finish line. Brad Keselowski drives over the start finish line go to his pit stop. So Brad Keselowski is credited with leading one lap.
Yep.
He is the only other person to lead a lap
Yep.
because of that.
Yeah. So that happened. So we go back to green. We get Ty Gibbs going for a spin at 118
Off the
Off
nose,
the nose
Kyle
of
Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch
I don't
making all the
know
friends.
if I blame Kyle Busch for this as much.
I agree.
Ty hit the bumps out of 4,
Yeah, it's no.
lost a bunch of speed going down the straightaway, and then it seemed like he broke really early for turn 1. I don't know. Judging off of the 23 who was to his outside, I
Let
don't
me
know.
bring up SMT. Oh, wait.
If the outside can just go in deeper than the inside, that may be what it is.
Yeah.
But it seemed like he slowed down more than the 23, and Kyle Busch didn't hit him a lot. And
No,
Ty
he
Gibbs
just helped
didn't
him.
clobber the wall. If Ty Gibbs could have got his car restarted, it would have been no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
But he went a lap down because he couldn't get the car
He
restarted.
was. They went to the in car and he's just holding the switch. I'm like, that starter's.
You can just
screaming.
tell by the fire. They zoomed in on the exhaust,
Yeah.
and the fire's just trickling out. So obviously
They
there's no
zoomed in
pressure
so
behind it.
They zoomed in so far in that exhaust, you could figure out which piston was at top dead center.
Dude, did you see Larson
No
at one
surprise.
point? They zoomed in so much on his left rear, you could see the inspection stickers.
Yeah, you can see the date. You were in Discord. You're like, look, I can see the date code.
Yeah, because I think Kevin or somebody in the booth's like, all right, let's watch the rear end of Larson's car here as he goes over the bumps or wherever
Yeah.
they're talking about on the track. And they zoomed in so much you could see the seam of the stickers on the door. I was like, we don't need this much, dude.
Yeah, do less.
Just enjoying this. All right.
I told you it'd be fun. You were all worried.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm missing stuff in here.
There's really not much going. They're talking about name changes and such.
Good. Oh, Dodger with the change. Nice. Pepper with the change. This is good.
Yeah, they're all like,
Oh, Joe's got the average
Yeah.
Joe in the. Oh, that's the move. All right, everybody, change it to what Joe did because that's
Well, you
mint.
can- you
Because now
can-
I get both.
You can change it in YouTube to show one or the other or both. I dealt with that for a long time because I was like sick of commenting on YouTube videos and it being my actual name.
Yeah, I like
I
the way
like
that Joe
this.
did it. That's mint.
Yeah.
Real name and disco name.
government name, disco.
Because I also want your government name because I don't want to like meet you at Pocono and be like,
like when
just
I,
I like
like when I
Justin's
called,
Just Bus forever.
like,
so.
like flashback to episode 3 when I thought Relem Nevek was Nick.
Yeah, that's his own fault. Blaming him on that one.
Blaming him on that one.
Blaming him. All right. So anyway, yeah, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Comp caution came out at 152. Denny Hamlin with the juke move of the century.
Oh yeah,
Yeet.
yep.
That was pretty good. Larson is the first car on fresh-ish scuffs. Ish.
I mean,
Right.
he,
A lot of these guys
rolled.
came in when we had the caution, the Ricky Stenhouse caution at the beginning. Everyone started on reds, which is the softer compound.
Yeah, the option
Right.
tires were not an option.
Half the more than 15 cars out of 20 came in and pitted on lap 2 and put on yellows, which are the original your normal Goodyear tire. And the theory was if it goes long, they'll jump the 5 cars that stayed on the reds because the reds should have worn out.
Yeah.
But that being said, these guys the 15 cars that pit and put the yellow tires on now have a set of 1 lap green scuffed reds. So
Yep.
they have an extra set of tires.
Yep.
Well, and this is again when we were thinking that the Reds would be worth something. I remember thinking, I'm like, holy crap, those guys are gonna have 2 sets of Reds for the end of the race. That's gonna be
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And then everybody went 100 laps on the Reds and they looked fine. I was like, well, there goes that. Never mind.
Yeah. So we go back to green after that. Larson in like maybe 10 laps just knifes all the way up to third and then just
Absolutely hits a parachute.
It's stuck.
stops.
I mean, he was battling Denny for I think a lap or 2, and you're like, he's gonna get by him. I don't know if he'll have anything for Logano, but he's gonna get by Denny. And then all of a sudden, I look up and he's 4 seconds back. I was like,
well, that's
What
over.
happened?
Used it up.
Yeah.
Game over.
Right. It was similar to Bowman in the Open.
yeah,
It's I could make moves, but I'm killing the right rear on these tires.
Yeah.
Where Logano, Hamlin, they just need to drive so hard in the front. They didn't need to drive too hard.
yeah.
They just saved that right rear the entire time.
Yeah. So unfortunately, not the excitement that we were hoping for. Joey Logano does lead every lap but one.
199 out of 200.
Absolutely dominating
That
fashion.
was a
Takes home the $1 million. 0 points.
Martin Truex Logano.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what it felt like, at least.
And then we get to the
Although,
end of the race.
Before we get to the end of the race, Logano 20 out of 10 burnout.
Oh yeah,
Great burnout.
he's always been a good
He's
burnout guy.
Such
though.
a good burnout, dude. Fireworks show was sick.
Yeah, that
Dude,
that
for
went
like
off for like
30
an hour.
minutes.
Yeah, it was a great backdrop for what happened next.
Yeah. So what happened then, Norm?
So Ricky Stenhouse, a man of his word.
Well, no, but I like the lead up to it. Everybody's like, all right, cool. Larson or Logano won. I'm on Twitter, and there was like 10 tweets in a row. Find Ricky. Follow Kyle. Get a camera on Kyle. So Kyle,
Everybody did.
Kyle Parks.
I didn't see Ricky on pit road, I was like, oh fucking,
I thought the same thing.
like, he's all talk.
So they hop out. Kyle hops out of the car on pit road and just starts walking. And he has seeing all the angles later. He has like a conglomerate of people following him. Jordan Bianchi's basically in his shirt with him. Like Bianchi's video, he keeps bumping into Kyle's shoulder because
Yeah.
he's right there.
Which gave us the best angle ever.
It did, because that's where all the memes came from. But so
Bob's in the middle of it.
everyone's following Kyle, and he comes around the corner to go back to his hauler, and there he is, medium fucking shirt, board shorts. I'm surprised he didn't have flip flops on.
I'm like live chatting as it's going down, and I was like, Ricky put on his tightest medium shirt. for
That
this.
thing was like, I don't know what that was made out of. Like, did he go like? It was
It's the same saran. It's the same saran.
Saran wrap.
Saran. That's the word I'm looking for. Saran wrap that they put on the Stewart Haas cars.
Yeah, like that thing was painted to him. The fucking
He's
yellow,
yoked, bro. Leave him alone.
The yellow board shorts killed me. But then when he comes around the corner and Ricky's just like got the one leg up and he's like leaning on something like, "Sup, bro?" Like, what's going on, homie?
I said I'll meet you in the parking lot, and I'm here.
Yeah.
He did.
And they walk up, and I mean, and Ricky said this on Corey's show.
I forget who it was. I think it was Joe. It was like, Ricky ain't gonna do shit, and I went all the way back to find it. I was like, poorly aged tweets.
Yeah. So they get over there, and Ricky said this, that like I mentioned earlier, he said at this point he was like a 6 out of 10, and he said that if Kyle had walked up to him and been like, listen, dude, you know, they told me what happened. It is what it is. You know, whatever, racing deal.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry I fucked up. He said nothing would have happened. But he said as soon as Kyle just showed up and was like, you wrecked me. And he said that he went from a 6 to an 11 again. Like, whoop, right back up again.
Yeah. It was, we all hit each other. I didn't touch you, not even once.
And me and Kohan said this last night in Discord, that I think if you watch it, you can almost see the thought right before the swing of, I said I was going to do something. I have to do something.
Right. It was
and Ricky.
like their argument didn't get heated enough to the point where I'm like, this warrants.
I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming
But
at all.
I was like, you saw that moment where Ricky's like, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it now.
And he actually admitted to it.
If there's ever a time to do it, it's now.
He admitted to it on Corey's show. They were like, did you do it just because you said you did it? And he goes, yeah, that thought crossed my mind. Like I said, I was going to do it. So kind of have to do something.
Yep.
So they're just arguing, and they're, you know, go back and watch the tape. I didn't hit you. You hit me, blah, blah, blah. And then there's this weird pause, and just out of nowhere, and it was a very slow haymaker. It was not a fast jab.
Well,
it wasn't bad.
He had to go up quite
He had to go up quite a bit, but he caught him. He caught him on the ear.
Yeah.
Stenhouse just haymakers Kyle. Kyle dodged it. I think he dodged most of it, but he caught him. He caught him enough.
Yeah, Kyle moved his head for sure. He caught him like behind the ear, I think, pretty good.
Yeah. And homeboy in the green shirt, the security guy that we've all talked about every time there's a fight.
Legend.
Dude wasn't even looking and still broke it up.
Yeah. I wish they
Like
would
he looked away to somebody else as Ricky's swinging and still was there
So
to break it up.
he bear hugs Ricky. They go tripping over a set of tires. Somebody else bear hugs Kyle. They go tripping over a set of tires.
That would be Ricky's dad throwing punches.
Well, no,
before
Ricky
that.
threw him.
So
out the
Ricky
club.
swings with his right. Kyle kind of ducks, and as Ricky's falling backwards because the security guard's like tackling him, Ricky with one arm, his left arm, throws Kyle.
Throws him out the
like
club.
10 feet.
Yeah.
That
like,
was
it's
a
like,
lot.
dude had power behind that, and that's just
Ricky's
like
a strong dude.
that's just him kind of reacting and like pushing, and Kyle launched. And then as Ricky's falling, I was the one who was like, "What is he saying?" Because it's like, "Get my back, get my
Get my
backpack."
dad.
Yeah, and then we
and
listen
then somebody's
again.
like, "It's get my dad."
I said that.
and then
I
I
listened-
listened to it again. I was like, "Oh."
Because then you see
As soon as Ricky's falling backwards, his dad just goes forwards
So-
into Kyle. It's like, you shouldn't be there, Dad.
this
isn't your moment.
They asked him about this because Skip was like, you know, we all grew up racing with our dads. He goes, I felt the panic in your voice when you said that. And he's like, yeah. He's like, my dad likes to fight. And Corey's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, your dad's an old school dirt track guy, isn't he? And he goes, yeah, he likes to fight. So I was a little worried about that. And I mean, Kyle was punching his dad. His dad ate a couple.
you could
His
see,
dad punched Kyle.
His dad punched
His
Kyle.
dad connected with Kyle at least twice.
And then Kyle got him 2 or 3 times. Like they
Yeah.
were, that was a better
I think
fight.
it was Kyle was like on the ground as Ricky's dad's like pushing him into the ground, and you could see Kyle's like, he kind of half swings. And he's like, who am I even hitting?
yeah, who am I punching?
Like I think it took Kyle a second to go like, I don't know who I'm fighting if I'm supposed to be fighting this guy. And then Ricky's dad just keeps going after him. So Kyle's like, I don't give a fuck then. I'll start swinging on
Yeah,
you.
they started swinging. There's media people going everywhere. What's his name? David Siegel, the guy from Sirius.
he got
He's-
smushed.
He's there. His new profile
that's the
picture.
TikTok dude,
His
right?
no, he's on Sirius. XM.
Yeah, but that's the dude that used to do like this is Kyle Larson during the race. This guy like,
I
oh,
don't
frick,
know.
he wrecked me.
I
Like, that's
don't
where
think
this
so.
dude
I don't
got
have
big
TikTok,
from.
but
They used to play it after
his
every race.
profile picture on Twitter is now Kyle laying on top of him because they both went falling over that stack of tires that was there. So now you got people pushing everywhere. Then we get into fucking Thor, his gas man.
That
Get
guy
the
was
fuck off my truck. Like,
tossing people.
was just-
He tossed his own guy
Yeah.
who was trying to pull off Ricky's guy. He threw them both.
he just pushed them both off
But
the truck.
dude had situational awareness for sure because the guy he like launched off the truck, it's like that guy was there to tear shit up.
yeah.
Like that guy was there to fight. That's the guy who Ricky sent to get his dad. So that guy was trying to fight Kyle because Kyle was fighting Ricky's dad. And then there's like 2 other Kroger pit crew guys that dude like kind of just let pass because he's like gray hair. Yeah, I'm not going to swing on these dudes.
yeah,
Like,
whoever
these dudes
Kyle's
just trying to pick up the
crew
pieces.
guy was throwing.
And then that
According-
other dude that looked like he had a cigarette in his mouth.
According to
the other crew
Skip-
guy with the backwards hat.
According to Skip, he was talking. I guess he's buddies with I think it's Kyle's gas man, the big dude, and he's like, he's not the nicest person on pit road. He's like the nicest person I've ever met. He's like, and he goes, I saw him walking with Kyle. And he's like, then we're breaking, we hear the commotion. We can't see it from where we're at. And then he goes, he's like, and I see him walking back and he's like, what's going on? He's like, I was just trying to de-escalate.
He was just breaking up, but with authority.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit there. So
there's the initial there's Kyle and Ricky, then Kyle and Ricky's dad. Then we get the crew guy shove off.
yeah,
And I thought that was it until all the angles start coming out later. Like, we're talking an hour or two after the race. We're still getting, it's like the JFK Zapruder film here. We're getting fucking angles for
grassy knoll.
grassy knoll shit for hours.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, there's my favorite part of the video. Ricky's still being bear hugged by the security guy. And he says something along the lines of, I'll just wreck you at Charlotte. Kyle's standing on the lift gate, which is like 2 feet up. It's not on the ground. It's like 2 feet up. And it has the ropes that look like a wrestling ring.
yeah.
And he's leaning on the ropes. Ricky goes, I'll just wreck you at Charlotte. And he goes, Kyle leans over the ropes and goes, go ahead. I suck just as bad as you.
That was the best part of this whole thing.
The best part of that is Andy Petrie, the guy who's in charge of RCR, is standing right there with this blank look on his face like, fuck, we do suck as bad as them, don't we?
Yeah, you do actually.
And then Kyle went through the ropes like a wrestling ring. And there was a moment where you thought.
I thought it was round
thought
two.
It was going again.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen. But yeah, that was just.
So that kind of saved the weekend for the excitement, if you will.
That made, and then like I said earlier, I was up till 1 o'clock this morning just refreshing Twitter because every time you refreshed the
New
fucking
angle.
memes, the angles, the memes, the Bob Pockris video where he looks like he just took mushrooms and is tripping out, like
Yeah,
because he said he has, so he's got a little camera that's on like a gimbal and it spins, and when he was in the middle of the fight and started getting jostled around, the thing started freaking out, and that's why it turned right on his face, and he's like. "Arr!"
It's awesome. So I mean, yeah, it happens.
I mean, shouts to Ricky for keeping that fire alive for 2+ hours.
Dude,
I want to say
understand-
kudos to Ricky for calling his shot because that's why everybody followed him, and that's why there's 35 different angles.
Like,
of
I
this.
understand, like, wrecking each other in the last lap, getting out of the car and fighting. Like, I completely understand that. Tempers are hot.
Yeah.
It's fresh on your mind. This dude sat for 2.5 hours. Kyle Busch has gotten into it with fucking 4 other people on track since then.
Well, he trains with Matt Crafton.
Yeah, and then he just comes back out and he gets out of the car 2.5 hours after wrecking Ricky. Doesn't even remember it happened, and Ricky's just like,
I am gonna
I'm just gonna
quote-
swing on you.
I love it.
I'm going to quote Jared B., who was in the chat. He said it on Twitter last night, and so did everybody else. Ricky Stenhouse stood on business last night.
He did.
He said
Yeah.
that he called his shot, and we all thought the same thing. Oh, yeah, sure, buddy. We'll talk in 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then, like Norm
Well, because
said,
you usually calm down by then. You're like, that's not worth it.
and then,
Nope.
like Norm said, Kyle gets out of the car, and Ricky's not on pit road, so we're all like, lame. And then you come around the corner, and he's just standing there like he's in a dark alleyway, like waiting on
Not a
you.
dark alleyway.
It-
Could be
it
standing
was
there
like-
proud right in the middle.
It was the reverse of the Clint Boyer Jeff Gordon fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it was, I mean, I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I love it.
The only thing I don't love is Ricky's dad is definitely getting banned for at least a month.
Oh, that hard card's probably already gone.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. He's probably not coming back until June.
I'm here more for the memes than I am for the fight.
Minimum.
Oh, the meme machine was just rolling. Last
Oh,
night.
yeah.
Honestly, I think the fight was a little unnecessary just because it was like you had so much time to sit on that. It seemed
Yeah.
kind of, it's like
Yeah, but
getting
it was
wrecked
fun.
and then the next week punching the guy on pit road. It's like it's been too long in my opinion. I get it. Whatever. I've never been in that situation before. But the memes we're getting out of this, the oh shit, here we go again meme is so fucking perfect.
It's great.
The picture over Kyle Busch's shoulder, and then all the pictures of Ricky Stenhouse, like your mom waiting for you when you get back late from curfew, or
My
like
favorite one was it was having yourself a great weekend, and then Ricky was just like the
Monday.
29 emails that you received Monday
Oh,
morning.
dude, they started attacking me.
Yeah.
Fucking average Joe started making ones about us. There was
Yeah,
me,
it's
there
like
was
it's-
Dan picking Denny Hamlin to curse him. Denny Hamlin is Ricky.
Yeah.
The other one, what was it? Oh, Dan trying to get through the B for B read, an air horn.
Yeah.
Matt Wood just sent me something. I did see this earlier. Jenna Fryer. I asked Larson who would win an actual fight between Stenhouse and Busch. Larson said, "Oh, Ricky for sure. He's a scrapper. He doesn't stop and he won't stop."
Oh, yeah.
Larson adds Stenhouse would win 3 rounds. He may get beat up, but he won't quit.
No, I'd take Ricky all
yeah,
day.
Ricky all day. He's He's got a lot less to lose than Kyle Busch does.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, overall, meh race. Had a lot of potential. Didn't come to fruition, if you will. So, is what it is. But we will head off to points paying races from here until end of July.
Give this track a points race for the trucks. Keep it and give it one for the Xfinity cars.
Xfinity needs it.
Yeah.
Xfinity here
I mean,
would
the
be
trucks
insane.
prove that this track with traffic is fucking.
Well, and that's the big thing, and I saw a lot of people talking about this last night, is that the All-Star race is tough because you've only got 20 cars out there. If there was a full field and they actually, like if Joey had run into traffic last night on that last run, things might have been a little more interesting.
Yeah.
He just never ran. There wasn't enough cars out there.
Yeah, true. Well, we'll see. All right. Well, shall we answer some questions?
Sure.
I suppose.
I don't have a job anymore.
You didn't put up the Twitters?
You told me not to. You said no more Twitter, no more Discord. You said just Instagram and live.
True.
So those in the chat, time to ask your fucking questions because I've seen some of you asking questions, but we can't. I'm not going back and finding them.
Ask your questions. Don't answer each other's questions.
Ask. You better ask your
Yeah,
questions.
ask me something. Well, these guys are figuring their lives out. I'll go to the Discord, which is kind of a mess. We had some questions on here. Try to find the start of it because old Flat Out Forever retired. So I'm just going to go from yesterday. All right. From Diecast Daddy himself, Corey Scothen, who I don't believe is in the chat. Oh, there he is. He just pooped in. Who wins in a fight? Farm Boy Austin Hill or Ricky Board Short Stenhouse?
Oh, Austin Hill.
Austin Hill.
Austin Hill,
Unless it's a
yeah.
ground game. Ground game, I'm going to give it to Ricky.
So Ricky's got a shot, but because I feel like Ricky is very athletic and strong for his size. If Austin Hill connects once, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but if Ricky gets him on the ground, I bet Ricky ties him up pretty quick.
Oh yeah, if Ricky can avoid the haymakers, he's going to outlast him by a mile.
If he can just duck below him.
yeah, Austin Hill will be
Maya Snyder
gassed.
proved this hard.
Yeah, he'll be gassed after 3, big swings.
That's literally what Matt Wood just said. Austin Hill's running out of breath quickly.
He's running out of breath listening to this.
I'm out of
All
breath.
right, Mr. DJ, should NASCAR add a boxing ring in the
You take
infield
my
for
breath away.
drivers to meet and fight it out and sell tickets and stream it?
I mean, that's what Ricky's
Ricky
idea
said
was.
it. Yeah. So we'll
I mean,
fight for
not
charity.
in the infield. Let's get some build up to these fights.
Yeah, Pocono in the middle of a triangle.
Yeah.
Pocono
Oh,
in-
that could be what replaces M80.
Pocono in one of the
Nice. Ricky Stenhouse versus Kyle Busch.
bro.
That's a
set
good
up-
replacement
set
for
it up
M80.
right in the corner of a certain corner of the road course that happens to be occupied by us.
Yeah.
Plenty of room there for a ring.
Oh, we could fight right there in the corner.
I'll fight
Yeah,
you.
we'll just move Pocono Peach Truck. and you
Ricky
just sell-
Stenhouse. Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse knows where that is because he came specifically to
See
see
Nick
Nick.
Cohan. He literally searched Nick Cohan out last year.
All right, these are
Well,
all
apparently
about the question, or all about the fight.
Do you want me to go to Instagram?
Yeah, these are.
Well, we got a couple popping up on the live chat here.
All right. Well, I'll do the Instagram. We'll bang through these. Jet Daily. That's just short track racing.
Yes.
Yep. Rybo.
Rybo.
Drivers only. Best matchups in a light, mid, and heavyweight octagon charity event. All right. All right. We'll start with lightweights.
In an octagon?
Yeah. Lightweights. I'm gonna go Ross Chastain.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Ross Chastain versus who?
I want to see him versus Noah Gragson.
Ooh.
I'll take that.
I like-
yeah,
I'll
that's
watch
good.
Let's see Noah Gragson be able to finish his swing.
I'd watch
All
it.
right. Middle. We got middle.
Priest.
Ooh, that's good.
Priest and Corey. Was that Pocono last year they got into it?
Priest and Corey, I feel like would be a good
Oh, wait,
athletic
though.
middleweight.
Lightweight, though. I want to see Suarez versus somebody as well.
Suarez is not that light though. He's a
not.
big dude. Suarez is a pretty big guy. I wouldn't give him lightweight.
All right, then Priest versus Suarez is my pick. I don't think Corey has the fight in him. I think Suarez has fight in him.
Okay, I'll give you that. Heavyweight. Austin Hill.
Versus a tree.
I mean, Buscher's your only other heavyweight
Austin
guy.
Hill versus a Penske hauler. Just looking at himself in the chrome. Just
Austin,
I would
Austin
take it-
Hill versus
the-
Kyle Busch, but Kyle
Oh.
Busch stays in the car.
No,
That's
Austin Hill versus Chris Buescher, Battle for the big country title.
Matt brings up a good point. Priest versus LaJoy is the Battle of Connecticut.
Oh, shit. Battle of the most annoying part of 95 ever.
The worst part of New England that's not actually
I
New
think
England.
Priest could be borderline heavyweight though.
Tom Logano versus Rick Stenhouse Sr. Battle of the Dads.
Yeah, I don't see Tom Logano fighting.
Tom Logano was in a fight.
He was in a
Was he?
fight.
He got in a fight with, it was Harvick,
It was
right?
it was the fire
Pocono?
suit weekend. It was Pocono, the
Yeah.
fire suit comment.
Yeah, Tom Logano.
Tom Logano got
It's a man's man.
He got suspended. Like he got his hard card
Fine.
pulled.
Winner has to go against Cole Custer's dad.
That's fair. Who, Gene?
No, his other dad.
Oh, sorry.
They
his
look
other
the
dad.
same.
All right. Whatever.
Moving on.
Moving on. Weston, does Larson have a legitimate shot at most popular driver this year? No.
Also, YouTube, when you delete a comment, it says message retracted instead of deleted.
No, it says on his because he's the admin. On mine, I don't see it anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
What do you say, Larson?
Have a legitimate shot at most popular driver?
I could see it.
No. Over Chase Elliott Nation? No chance.
Also,
way.
lightweight, Ty Gibbs versus Sam Mayer. I just want to see him
Yeah.
freaking go until neither of them can walk.
Ty Gibbs.
Ty
versus,
Gibbs has got him by a mile.
Ty Gibbs versus
Ty
Sims.
Gibbs could swing.
Yeah, but Sam Mayer, I feel like that freaking gumbo bump face he has could just take punches.
You want to try that again?
Nah, I'm sticking with it.
Gumbo bump face?
Yeah.
Gumbo bump face.
All right, everyone that just heard this, gumbo bump face, and do your
If
best.
you look at Sam Mayer, you get it.
That's
He's got a
Ty-
gumbo bump face.
Ty
for sure.
Gibbs versus the confessional.
All right. G60 Tim. I would have loved to see Ricky lay out KB. Old man took some hits from KB too. I would like to see Tim fight anyone.
Yeah, Tim's a scary human being.
I do not want to see Tim fight anybody.
I don't want to see
As long as I'm behind him by a strong
I
distance.
thought I was wearing my TCB shirt today. I'm not.
G60 Tim versus the entire field. Who you got?
G60 Tim.
Yeah.
He'll just hold his arm out.
Tim versus Austin Hill and
I got
Chris
Tim
Buescher
all day.
tag team.
Tim all day.
I got Tim
Yeah.
all day.
Imagine him just like picking him up like
Tim would take one of
Like
them and
Andre
use
the
it as a
Giant
weapon
just
against the
freaking-
other one.
like the Mountain Dew, just crushing
Yeah.
people's faces.
I think Tim just palms both their skulls.
and just being like super nice and apologizing. I'm
Sorry,
so
guys.
I'm so sorry.
And you're dead. Ronan H21. The comment is, "You better not steal my Crocs, Kyle."
Would he ship some Crocs to your house?
So I'm guessing the secret is out because his wife bought him NAS Crocs
Hell yes!
for Pocono
Hell yes!
and shipped them to my house.
Let's go!
So apparently he knows about it now.
I am so fucking excited for Ronan to
Dude,
come
we gotta
on
be
a
careful.
wheel.
There's gonna be a lot of NAS Crocs floating around in very similar sizes.
Well, mine are the only ones that still have the wings on them. So I know
No,
what
mine's still
mine-
got the wings.
Oh, they all took their wings off.
Yeah,
because
well-
they're lame.
oh yeah, mine
Losers.
got immediately.
You got bigger feet than me, so I know.
I don't
we'll be-
ever run them strapped up.
No,
So with
You just run them raw dog?
with the strap folded forward,
That's bold.
the wings.
You got money for baby child support like that?
stop.
I ain't taking no credit.
So what we should do as the weekend starts, we should all take pictures of how we have our the gibbets organized, so we know who's fucking or who's. Because my camper's just gonna be full of NAS Crocs. We all have them. All 5 of us.
I'm
are gonna
probably
have
not going to
them.
bring them to Pocono.
Oh, I've been wearing mine all over.
So the white ones are now, I bring the same white ones every year. So I'm probably going to put the NASCAR
just-
gibbets on the white ones.
No.
I just
the
love
NAS
my
Crocs are
banana
phenomenal.
Crocs, dude. I've worn those so many times; they're so broken in.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I like the
see,
white
my
ones.
NAS Crocs are wicked comfy now, so I'm good. I'm just gonna rock.
Side
those.
note, I need to go get the flat bottom ones. I need to test those
And
out.
every single race we've been to this year, someone has. Remember the people at Austin taking pictures of my fucking NAS Crocs?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. How much you want to sell those NAS Crocs? No.
$85.
I'm pretty sure they're still available everywhere.
Oh,
Corey.
Joe said Ross autographs were sold out at Dover by 10 a.m. We saw that at Coda. It
Yeah.
was nuts.
It was wild.
Anyway, all right. Ronan H21 comes back. There was no reason to watch Tyson Fury fight this weekend. Yeah.
True.
Sam Valley 95. First song you're putting on when you get on the boat this summer.
Ooh, I don't know. Probably just going to be a shuffled playlist of some kind. I don't have a specific. Maybe
Okay.
because you asked, maybe it'll just be Fortunate Son. I don't know.
Bro, I don't know.
good
That
pick.
Shabuzi song is the song of the summer.
I no longer have a boat, but prior to that would be anything with Michael McDonald in it.
Yeah, you're a big yacht rock guy. See, I don't have a
Yeah.
yacht. I don't have a
The
yacht.
dude
I have
from
a,
Mad TV,
I have a floating porch.
What?
the guy who plays Stewart.
No, Michael McDonald, like the singer.
Oh.
Like-
There was a guy on Mad TV whose name was Michael McDonald.
No. I've never watched Matt
Probably
TV.
the same dude.
Definitely not. All right, Sam Valley 95 with the next couple as well. What driver is going to be on the hot seat going into 2025 if nothing happens this year? We kind of talked about this.
Yeah, we did.
I'm P1 on the hot seat, Ryan Preece. Nope. P2. P1, Harrison Burton.
Ed Podva's in the chat.
Podva.
The P1 of all P1s is Daniel Hemrick.
Yeah.
I think Harrison Burton is done.
I think Harrison
that-
Burton has
that
a better
seats-
chance of staying in the Cup Series than Daniel Hemrick does, though.
You think so? Even after only
He's got
1
that
year?
money, dude.
Yeah.
Money does talk.
He's got that Dex money, dude.
True. But he
But
has
that
been
being said,
horrible.
hot seat talk is difficult because of all the rumors of teams merging and shit like that. So there's not a lot of seats that remain that are hot topics right now. Harrison Burton would be one of the few of teams that we know are going to be there next year that their driver's contract is coming up.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, Sam Valley 95 again. What's one all-star race that sticks out to you from your childhood?
Any of them? I mean, for me, it's all the Winston years in the 90s when everybody would run special paint schemes. You got Chrome Illusion car, the Olympics car, the Wheaties car, the Silver 3 car. I can continue. The Peter Max car. Like, that was, I've talked about it on here 100 times, but that was the one time a year we got special paint schemes, and it was fucking awesome. There was never the red, white, and blue cars for the Coke 600, and there was no throwback weekend, and every car looked exactly the same every week except for the Winston. That's when things were special.
L98 Shake with a picture. It's the meme format again, and Ricky Stenhouse's Rain, and Kyle Busch is the fans getting heat races this season. That's good. Jake again. Bubba Wallace had those reggae compound tires for the open race. Oh, with the stickers.
The stickers,
green
yeah.
and
Yep. Nathan Danforth. Y'all are way cuter over a live stream than a podcast. Love you. That was nice.
This is a free preview to the Only Feeds.
Tyler Two Wheels, aka Flat Out Forever.
We changed his name.
Apparently, Ricky
many
needs to
names
drive
this kid
better.
had?
SMH. I think Ricky did just fine. Ricky does like to send it a lot more than he probably should, but whatever. Yeah, I kind of disagree with that.
All right, so I've kind of found the start of some of the questions. We'll just blow through the few that showed up here.
Is this all the live chat ones?
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
tube?
I basically went from where we told people to put questions. So
All right.
if there's any before that, sorry, not my problem. Ricky Harden, this is kind of bad. I probably shouldn't say this, but I don't care. Do you think Danica ever hit Ricky like that?
No, Jesus.
No, I liked the joke that Ricky fought harder against Kyle Busch than he did to keep Danica.
That was good.
That was a deep cut.
That was good.
From Sam V, I'm guessing that's Sam Valley. Any concerts planned for the summer?
Concerts.
Well, I was going to go to an M80 concert.
They're still playing. It's
Ruined
just-
it.
They're still playing the Fan Fest.
Yeah, but
before
it's in the fan zone, like on the opposite side of the
perfect. We don't have to even
grandstands.
hear them. We don't have to pretend to hear them.
What are we gonna do at night? What was the replacement for them?
I'm sure they're going to
Saturday
have
night.
also. I'm sure they're going to have all
Saturday.
sorts of other bands playing. I think they had a whole lineup of
Bring
bands.
back the bowl thing.
You want to try that one more time?
Yeah, no.
Bring back the fucking the bull riding. Yeah, I think they said bowl.
Bowl thing.
The
I don't
bull
know.
riding. Yeah, that was good until it wasn't.
Well, I was hammered.
Oh,
when
yeah.
when we started it.
That was such a
I want
good
a
year. That
rematch.
was such a good year.
I climb on and just go and screaming our old name. That was awesome.
I have
R.I.P.
2 right now. Blink at Fenway, and then a week later, another one that I don't really want to talk about.
What?
Told you about it at the wedding.
Oh, right. I don't have any planned, I don't think. I'm trying to get tickets to James Taylor, but they're like $200 a pop. And I was like, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah, we spent a lot on the Blink ones for Fenway, but they're like early entry
Yeah.
pit tickets, so it was like, fuck it, we'll get right up
That's an
front.
experience thing. I saw Paul McCartney at Fenway and paid a significant amount of money for those. And
Yeah.
Worth
It's
every
like
penny.
we have like early entry pit tickets, so it's like, fuck it, we'll be like right up front. That's
Yeah.
sick, And then spent a lot more on the second concert, like a week later. but it's okay. What else do we got here? This is hard to filter.
What time do the
through.
Spice Girls go on for that show?
Funny. It's worse than that.
I disagree.
Ricky's is the next one. I
Okay,
found.
fine. I'll say it. Me and Steph are going to Germany in July to go see Taylor Swift.
Oh, I was trying to tease it for dude. I was trying to tease it for multiple weeks. You
Eh,
ruined it. I
fuck
was
it, I don't
just,
really
I was
care.
coming up with multiple ideas in my head.
Steph got a hair across her ass about it, and she started looking up international dates because it's cheaper to fly to Europe than it is to see her in America. It is cheap. Our entire trip is cheaper than tickets to a show in America. But I've always wanted to go to Germany. It's our 20th dating anniversary, so we're just going to go for a long weekend and see good old Munich. I'm hyped because I've always wanted to go to Germany.
And you're
I
just
don't-
adding to the Taylor Swift pop pollution
I don't give a fuck.
she does with her super jet.
Bro,
that she
I
uses
get to sit on the
mail.
top deck of a plane. We're
Oh,
taking
you
one
going
of
to a
the-
double decker?
We're taking
dude?
one
No.
of the 787s, and she was looking at the seat. Not 787, sorry, the 380s. So it's got the two decks.
Yeah.
And she was looking at the seats, and she sends me. She's like, "Wait, upstairs, the sides are 2 seats. There's not 3 seats. There was 2 left." She's like, "Yo, we get to sit just us for the whole flight there and back, and I get to go upstairs on a plane.
That's badass.
I'm so hyped."
Have you seen that concept with the globe on the top of the plane?
Yes.
Like the 2 seats that are in
Yeah.
a glass dome.
Yeah, but so
Wild.
we're going there.
Bird strike.
I don't get to do the fun shit that I want to do. We're gonna do a lot of fun shit, but I really want to go drive the Nürburgring, but it's 6.5 hours away.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I really want to,
But is it 6.5 hours away on the Autobahn?
Well, that's the other thing. I really want to drive on the Autobahn, but I read about it, and if you sneeze sideways in Germany, you get thrown in jail. Their road shit is, they do not fuck around. So we've talked about maybe renting a car for one day and just giving it a test fire. I kind of want to go just to say I did it, but
Yeah.
And you got to remember too, the whole thing is not unlimited speed. It's
only certain sections.
Sections are. So I really
Just
wanna
don't drink water or anything.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna drink a lot of beer.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yes. Okay. Back at it. Doot. This is
We're there.
hard to go through. Here we go. Ricky Harden. I missed half the show, so ignore if you covered this. Where does Kyle Larson finish in each race next weekend?
5th and 2nd.
I think he's
Jesus.
top 5 in both.
Yeah?
If he doesn't have any mechanical problems, I mean what happened to him in qualifying, the Chevys are apparently prone to these overboost situations and shit like that. But
All right.
we're marking
right.
this down.
Let's do this. Okay. We're going to add, I'm not going to add a line. I'm going to go off to the side here. So, Charlotte weekend. We're going to line this up. All right. Norm, what is your Indy /600 line?
Finishes 5th in the Indy 500. Finishes 2nd in the Coke 600.
I-5 C2. Yeah?
Correct.
Dan.
I'm gonna go 4th in the 500.
I-4
He's gonna win the 600.
C1.
No, I already bet Christopher Buescher was going to win, dude.
All right. I'm going to go I-7 C2.
2? That's a new number.
I was thinking 3.
So you think Stewart's going to beat him by 1 position in the Indy 500?
Ooh. I think regardless, I think he ends up with the best finishing in both of them, unless he has mechanical issues.
Yep.
If there's no mechanical issues, I think he is a threat to now have the best.
How do we
finishes
want
in
to
both.
do this? Do we want to just do this for fun? Do we want to add it to our points thing?
Let's do it for
Question,
fun.
I have a better...
If you nail one of them, you get a point.
I like that. If you guess one absolutely correct, you get a point. I like that call.
If he wins the Indy 500, do you think he makes it to the Coca-Cola 600?
They will pause it. They will 100% wait for him.
or he will skip.
I'm
some
changing
of
it.
the-
I'm going 6-2.
Or he will skip some of the post race Indy shit. He'll be like, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow.
Ties Tony at Indy and beats Tony by 1
Okay.
at the 600. I6 C2.
All right.
Lock it in.
Next question. Coleman Wilson.
Coleman.
This is a no-brainer. If you ever had some extra money, would you buy an old Gen 4 or 5? I'd do it if I didn't have extra money.
Yeah, 100%.
I would do it. I would put myself in the poorhouse
not
to
even a
buy
question.
an old Gen 4
Dan and I talk about it all the time.
constantly.
If we hit it big, we won't tell you, but there'll be signs.
There will be signs.
And if we hit it really big, neither of our cars will have bumpers on them because I will just beat them off.
You're going to beat me off?
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
I would literally buy one,
all right.
a wrecked one for lawn art.
You'll buy an erect one?
Erect one.
I'll buy and erect one.
Yeah.
It'll be so crashed. They're gonna be like, does that car have Peyronie's disease?
Joe
Which one do you buy? A McDonald's car?
Yeah.
No, I'm stealing the 42 Daytona 500 jet dryer car from Dale
Ooh,
Jr.
Yes.
that's a good one.
Joe Spinelli with his weekly Ross Chastain question.
Yeah.
If Ross wins some races this year, does he leapfrog Chase Elliott in most popular driver voting? Absolutely not.
No.
He's popular, but Chase fans are weird.
If anyone's going to give him a run, it's going to be Ross, but it's going to take a while.
And from DJ, are some people just showing up now just to see the driver fights like they do in hockey? I mean, hell, Barstool
That'd be awesome.
Barstool had it plastered all over the place today.
Yeah, they did.
Pepper, how do we convince Goodyear that a bad tire is a good tire? They're too good at making tires that they're bad at it.
We need to
not-
change their name to Bad Year.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the whole drives good on Sunday, sells on Monday aspect of it that we had back in the day, where Goodyear doesn't want to risk it and have a tire that's blown out because they don't want bad publicity. So they're going to go as close as they can to the line without crossing it because they don't want to risk that.
Yeah, they don't want to be Firestone.
Indy
round 2.
08 or whatever it was when they were all blowing out left and right. Like they don't want that to happen because that makes them look bad.
Yeah.
So they're willing to sacrifice on-track performance for reliability.
They're slowly inching closer to it. They're
I
not
mean, there
willing
was-
to take that
There was a
big
picture
risk.
of Logano's blown out tires after that race.
Yep.
He blew him doing the burnout. The outside, you could still see 6 layers of the tread depth
Yeah.
on the outside of the tire.
Yep.
Obviously, they're running camber, but that is a tire that just ran 100 laps. And that's supposed to be their super soft compound. And that tire still had half an inch of rubber on the outside edge.
Yeah.
They're not willing to risk it.
True. All right. Anything else?
That's all I found from combing through the live chat.
All right. Cool. Well, that's going to do it for yet another episode of the Loose is Fast podcast, our first inaugural episode on the live stream on YouTube. So every Monday night, occasionally Tuesday nights,
we have one
weather
more question.
pending.
We have one more question that I'm not letting go. Just Bus, longtime listener, first time watcher. Pick one to fight: Hill, Busher, or Stenhouse. I
Like
ain't
one
fighting-
that I have to fight?
Yeah, we have to fight them. I am not fighting Hill or Busher. I'll take Ricky.
I'll fight Ricky. I'll take Ricky.
Oh, I still don't like that. I feel like he's like a spider monkey.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I got the reach and the height advantage
Hill
on him.
will
He's
kill-
got to reach up, so Hill
Yeah.
will kill me.
Hill and Busher will kill you. Yeah, all right, I'll go with Stenhouse too. I agree.
I'm
Yeah.
going to go Hill.
So you can die.
Just like one hitting them out.
Yeah. Oh, good
Like
call.
the other one's like,
You're
I
not
feel
gonna
like,
feel it. You're not going to feel anything.
I feel like Busher I could take for a little while. Stenhouse I feel like I'd fight the longest. I'd lose to all 3 of them.
yeah.
But Hill would just be like, all right, it's over. Now I'm,
Be the
Yeah.
minute,
No,
the
I'm
You
minute-
wake up in the hospital
now
and
I'm
like,
chilling with Elvis, dude.
It would be the Men in Black like flashy thing. I just lost the last 4 days because I've been in a coma.
and you woke up to like eating ice cubes at the hospital and
Yeah.
might not be that bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
all
Maybe
my,
your nurse is cute. Who
I'm
knows?
eating all my food through a straw for the next 8 years.
Matt Wood says Hill versus Norm battle the big boys. Yeah, but he's big, tall. I'm like 5'10". Hill's like 6'3". It's not.
You're not 5'10".
We're big in different ways.
You're not
Oh,
5'10".
yeah?
You're not 5'10".
I'm 5'10". What do you think? I'm taller?
He did this to me
Thanks,
too when
man.
I said I was 5'10". He's like, you're not 5'10".
That's because Kyle's cosplaying as somebody who's under 6 foot. We all know.
I'm just like the kids from what is it, Little Rascals, where they're all just stacked up.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, that
Hey,
is
Kyle, how tall are you?
6'1".
I didn't know they stack shit that high.
They do clearly. My eyes are brown.
Hey, sorry, I had to get a that quote in there.
Shanghai Knights joke still
Had to-
going strong.
Had to get a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
quote in there.
classic. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Anyone that is on our live stream for the first time, anyone that is just listening to this on podcast, thank you for sticking with us.
Come join us on Mondays because this was fun. I actually had
Yeah,
lot of
we had a
fun
good
doing
time.
this. Yeah.
A little chaotic, a little stressful, but I think we got it. I think I overthought it a little bit more than probably.
100%.
Yeah, but it's fun.
You've been stressed. What'd you tell me before we started? You were like, have low expectations so that way when it goes good, it feels better.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you to everyone listening. Thank you for everyone that tuned in as well. Follow us on everything.
At @loosesfast_pod on the Twitter machine, on the Instagram machine, the Loose is Fast podcast on YouTube.
YouTube.com/@loosesfast.
I just like saying the Loose Fast podcast on YouTube.
There's no the.
It says it right there.
No, not when you find it.
That's the name of the channel. Is the.
Well, oh yeah, if you're doing just the search.
That's what I'm saying. If you just search in the search bar,
That's fine. That should get you
you
there.
fuck ass.
Join our Discord.
Yeah, do that because the Discord
Also-
is just as fun as this.
You got to add a link to our DraftKings in the
the
link
thingy?
tree.
Okay.
Because a couple people asked for it recently.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that. I'm Kyle Belcher.
I'm Dan Walker.
Norm Peltier.
And we will catch you next week after the greatest weekend in motorsports.
So excited.
Bye, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Hey, this is still going.
It's over.
Oh, we ain't leaving.
Well,
We're
I-
fucking leaving.
The show goes on. Now you can see what we do after the fact.
Quick to the reels.
Yeah.
I can turn the sound back on my phone.
So now you see what we do after the fact when we have to download and upload and bullshit the whole time. Which means I do it all and they just play on their phones looking at TikTok.
I don't have TikTok on my phone.
I've never had TikTok on my phone.
What are you talking about? You just watch Reels?
Yeah.
I watch.
Oh, you're not a TikTok guy?
All I watch is reels.
I've never.
We've given him
downloaded
such
that
a
app.
hard time for being a TikTok guy.
I know he
And
doesn't. That's why I say
every
it.
single time I say I don't have TikTok.
But that's why I
I
say
don't
it.
listen to you.
Yeah, this is the,
Loses fast after dark.
this is the bonus. Somebody said it's the bonus scenes. Oi. Ed, I will not put my pants back on. How about you come over here and put them back on me? Yeah, this is the fuzzy channel I was talking about earlier.
This is fast. Fuzzy Channel edition.
We haven't lost like any viewers.
The show goes on. Well, you guys are gonna lose audio because I need to download.
Oh no.
One night.
Well, because that is hooked up to this, which I need to then transfer.
Ah. So the mics won't work if
Yeah, so fuck you, YouTube. We're done.
Yeah. So I lied to you. Love you all.
I don't think you need to put the headphones on for that.
Oh, I didn't know if I still had sound.
Oh, true.
How many people did we have watching this thing?
At one point I saw 20, which is better than I expected. We love you. We will see you all next week. Make sure to still listen to the show tomorrow so our numbers don't fucking dip and we get fired.
Ha! Got his ass.